This episode is brought to you by Prize Picks. You and I make decisions every day, but on Prize Picks, being right can get you paid. Don't miss any of the excitement this football season on Prize Picks, where it's good to be right. Week 4 was certainly entertaining. Philly pulled through. Jalen had 130 yards. He nailed that max discount offer. Bills Mafia and Josh Allen showed once again. I got my eyes on Josh next Sunday's night game also. Prize Pick is simple to play. Just pick more or less on at least 2 player stats. If you get your picks right, you could cash in. Prize Picks is the only app that offers stacks, meaning you can pick the same player up to 3 times in the same lineup. Want to pick more on Josh Allen pass yards, rush yards, touchdowns? Now you can pick them all on the same lineup, only on Prize Picks. Follow other Prize Picks players directly on the app. Copy their lineups in one click, whether it's a friend, a celebrity partner, or just someone's picks you like. Hit the follow button and check out every lineup they create in the new feed tab on Prize Picks. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use code Shannon to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code Shannon to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. On Prize Picks, it's good to be right. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for joining us for another episode of Nightcap. Y'all know who I am. I'm your favorite Unc, Shannon Sharpe, my partner and co-host. That's Liberty City's own Bengals Ring of Fame honoree, Pro Bowler, All-Pro. He's Chad Ochocinco Johnson. And joining us every week, our college football analyst breaks it down, lets you know what he's thinking as a guy that played that position extremely well, which is the quarterback, won the Heisman Trophy, really put Texas A&M back on the map, and now he has a place called the house that Johnny built. Here he is, ladies and gentlemen, Johnny Manziel. Johnny, what it do?
What up? What's going on?
Good. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button. Please make sure you hit the like button, and do us a favor, go subscribe to the Nightcap podcast feed wherever you get your podcast from. We'd like to thank each and every one of you for your eyes, ears, and word of mouth. Thanks to you, Nightcap has become what it's become. And thanks to you also, we will continue to ascend. So thank you very much for your support and your continued support. Make sure you go check out Shea by La Portier. If you can't find it in a city or state near you, order it online. We'll ship it directly to your door. The best tasting premium VSOP cognac on the market. Don't take my word for it. Try it for yourself. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. Please drink responsibly and stay safe. Make sure you follow my media company, Shay Media, on all of its platforms, and my clothing company, 84 with 84 being spelled out. That link is also pinned in the chat. Nightcap, been nominated for 2 awards. The Signal Awards, under the genre Best Sports Podcast, and under video, Best Video Podcast Co-Host Team. Club Shay has also been nominated for 2 awards as well, under the genre Athlete Shaping Culture, and under video, Best Video Podcast. Make sure you guys go subscribe and follow Johnny Manziel. He has a podcast called Glory Days with Johnny Manziel. Make sure you check out Johnny weekly, as he has new and exciting guests every single week. Let's jump into the game that just ended. The number 3 Miami Hurricanes improved to 5-0 thanks to a 28-22 victory over the Florida State Seminoles. Miami led 28-3 before holding off Florida State's rally. The Noles scored 19 points in the fourth quarter. Hurricanes quarterback Carson Beck threw 4 touchdowns. He was 20 of 27, 240 yards, 4 touchdowns, clean game. Didn't turn it over. This was the kind of Carson Beck the Georgia Bulldogs thought they was gonna get, Johnny.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, he didn't play quite as well. But I think that a lot of the pressure is off of him now because the University of Georgia going to back-to-back national championship with Stetson Bennett being the most outstanding player in the national championship game. That added a lot of pressure to the guy that was coming in following the guy. Not to say he doesn't have pressure following Cam Ward, who was the number 1 overall pick. But boy, them national championships. But Miami are on to something. Johnny, what did you like? Because they did a great job. I mean, Florida State rallies late, 28-22. But what did you like about what you saw from the U and more importantly, Carson Beck?
Look, I think it's one of those things where sometimes when you go down to Miami and you hit that South Beach, you're around there, you may get your swagger back a little bit.
Yeah.
You get a program that's been hungry for success. You get a coach that has a lot of success. He's a great coach. You get a new start. Georgia wasn't for him and what he was doing, but you still saw flashes. You still saw
Mhm.
pieces of what he was as a player. And now you look, 7 incompletions. We're at 75% damn near on a completion percentage, 241, 4 TDs. He's only taken 1 sack. That's good, efficient ball. You look at them right now, top 5 team in the country and rolling. You look at what they have, rest of their schedule. This is a Miami team that is poised for the playoffs with a quarterback that's playing very well and the rest of the team that is. Yeah, when you look at it at the end of this game, does it look a lot closer than what it actually was? I'm sitting here watching this game tonight. It really 28-3.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's really,
Basically.
really what it is. You can call it what you want at the end and like whatever it may be, but this was a beatdown and a team that's playing really well. You look, they go to Louisville at home, Stanford at home, on the road to SMU, Syracuse, North Carolina State, Virginia Tech, and Pitt.
Mhm.
You telling me we can't clean that up?
Hey, yeah.
We can't come out here and do what we need to do. This is a team that's playing well, and the U is hungry for success.
Mhm.
As long as they don't look too far ahead, Ocho, I
Yeah.
like what Miami is doing. They're playing really well on both sides of the football. They're attacking the quarterback, getting after the quarterback. And you're right. At the end of the day, it's going to come down to Carson Beck.
Yeah.
Can he take care of the football? Can he continue to play as well as he's been playing? Because as long as they don't look too far ahead, because as Johnny laid out some of their schedule ahead, sometimes you could look too far, like,
Far
oh
ahead,
man,
yeah.
damn,
Yeah.
and somebody nip you at the tape. Ocho, what did you like? Let's stay on Miami.
Yeah.
What did you like about what you saw from the Canes?
Well, listen, obviously Carson Beck. Carson Beck looking really well. Everyone talked trash about him getting the NIL money and coming to Miami, saying he wasn't going to be what we think he is, despite what he's being paid. But obviously, he's lived up to expectations. I
Correct.
see the receiving core. Hey, CJ Daniels, Joseph Trader, Ray Joseph, and the legendary, stay with me real quick. The legendary Dade County De La. Antonio Brown, his son Malachi Tony, out there cutting up. He got some big shoes to fill, and he's doing it very well. I'm sure making Pops proud. It's really good, and it makes Carson Beck's job absolutely easy because of his supporting cast. When you have a supporting cast like that, it makes your job easy. And obviously, they're able to establish the running game as well, and that allows them to move the ball the way they do. At one point, the score was 28-3. All those garbage points. I hate when coaches do this, Johnny. And they do it in NFL as well. Is you get a substantial lead and you take your foot off the gas. And I think they do it on the purpose because everybody does the same thing instead of run the goddamn scoreboard up.
I think I think the thing is that Ocho, it's easier to play from behind than it is to play from ahead.
Right.
Because you throw caution to the wind when you're behind. Because what the hell I have to lose, Ocho? I'm down 28-3. So if I lose 41-3, ain't nobody gonna say nothing. And so you do get a little cautious. We throwing a little run here and there because they like the same thing with Atlanta. You see, they were aggressive just like you want them to be.
Right.
And now they had the biggest loss in postseason history, and it happened to be in the biggest game in postseason history because they were like, oh, what Ocho wanted, to stay aggressive, and they let a team get back into the ball game.
Right.
You're ahead 28-3. You shouldn't have fewer rush attempts than the team that's down 28-3. But
Right.
that's what the Falcons had. And I understand that, but I'm a firm believer, Johnny. You let me know what you think. I think it's easier to play from behind than it is ahead because, like I said, I can run triple reverse, I can run a flea flicker, I can do whatever I want to do because I'm already losing by three scores. So what if I lose by 4 scores or 5 scores? It's like a Dan Marino used to say all the time. Hell, if I threw 3 picks, who cares if I threw 5? I'm gonna keep gunning.
Yeah, it definitely gives you that mindset and that attitude to just go out and let it rip, and it doesn't really matter. Like you throw a pick, and what we get beat, we get beat. At the end of the day,
Right.
it's a win-loss into the game decision. You either come out with a dub or you come out with an L, one of the two. But playing ahead and getting ahead and having them kind of crawl back in definitely tightens up your playbook, changes what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're behind, you ain't got no choice but to send it to try and get back
Yes.
in this thing. You're
Yeah.
taking your shots. You know that middle read you may have that's never really on the playbook for that play, but it
Right.
gets a little bit open, you rip it in that situation,
Mm-hmm.
type of thing. So, look, overall for this game, super surprising last week after what Florida State did early in the season. to go and lose a game like Virginia. And then you have a
Yep.
chance to try and bounce back and play a good Miami team, and you're really not competitive. Does the score at the end of it look like you may have been? Sure. But in the reality,
But you
you
weren't.
really weren't. So got to be disappointing for Florida State. Got to be back to the drawing board. I still think they have good pieces, but it's not going to be this year.
Yeah, I agree. And I think the thing is when they beat beat Alabama in the fashion that they beat them, we had very high expectations because you looked at the ACC is down this year. Clemson is not what Clemson normally is. Right. And so that's really the only really true test that we think that was in the ACC. But then, as you mentioned, Johnny, they go, I think it was a Thursday night, and they go to Virginia, and the Cavaliers nip them. Now they come home. Now, look, Miami ain't no pushover.
No.
But we looking at them like, okay, this is going to be a very interesting game considering, but now all of a sudden we looking at them like, man, they went on the road and lost to Virginia, but Virginia might be better than we thought they were because they won a close ball game again today, guys. So Virginia might be better than we previously thought. But I definitely agree that Florida State, I'm disappointed in what I've seen over the last 2 weeks. Miami is what we thought they would be. That's the reason why they've been ranked so high coming into the season. People had a lot of expectation. And as you mentioned, Ocho, this is why you give somebody a $4 million. He's like, we're a quarterback away. Yep. We had a quarterback that goes number 1 in the draft. And so we still have pieces coming back. Yep. If we can get another facilitator, I like our chances. And they pulled the trigger. But Miami,
listen, this is still in state.
Miami.
This is still in state. This is still one of those battles in state. If we're in Texas and we're playing another Texas team, you want to come out and show some pride and show some love for your state.
Yep.
So this is no like, oh, we get a good team coming to town. It's just a game on the schedule. You look at their schedule for Miami. This is the last ranked team they currently play for the rest of the season. For Florida State, they're trying to bounce back off a bad loss, but if they win this game, they're right back into where they want to be for playoff contention. You beat Bama, who's now rolling, and you beat Miami. So you're coming into this game with pride, a full week of practice, and you know what you're up against. And at the end of the day, they didn't bring their best stuff, but it's still interstate where you're trying to go out and beat somebody that's a neighbor.
Right.
Yeah, it's when you play these, when you have these kind of teams, you got you got Florida State, and you got Florida, and the thing it's almost like the Commander-in-Chief trophy. I want bragging rights, bro. Right. You know, you Army, Navy, and the Air Force, bro. I'm trying to kick both of y'all ass because I want that trophy. It is what it is. We might not be going to no bowl game, and we might only win 3 games or 2 games. But as long as those 2 games against Army and Navy, if you're the Air Force, if you're Air Force, if it's against Army and Navy, or if you're Navy, it's against Air Force and the Army, I don't care. But I want that trophy. And so that's how Miami looks at it. Like, look, we want to be king because it's a recruiting battle also. Yeah. You know, you try to, y'all think about going to Florida? Y'all saw what we did to them. Yeah. You think about going to Florida State? You saw what we did to them. Y'all need to come on down there to the U. Because ain't nothing popping in Gainesville and ain't nothing popping in Tallahassee.
Something popping in Gainesville tonight.
Hey, your boy DJ Langway played really well tonight. And he needed to. Let's talk about the game you was talking about earlier. Alabama gets their revenge on Vanderbilt. Unfortunately, Diego Pavia, he couldn't replicate his performance from last year's historic upset of the Crimson Tide in Nashville. Pavia's 2 red zone turnovers Saturday helped Alabama avenge its first loss to Vanderbilt in 4 decades. Ty Simpson was sensational again. 23 of 31, 340 yards, 2 touchdowns, as the Crimson Tide comes away with points on each of their first 4 trips in the red zone. Johnny, I know the Tide were getting after you today, but is Bama back?
If Ty Simpson is going to play at that level of football and they are going to be punishing up front like what I saw live and in person today, the gaps and the holes that they had from an offensive standpoint today were massive. They were gashing Vandy all day. And coming into this game, you know, you look at the schedules of both teams. Vandy had scored 35 plus in every game. There's a game where they scored 70. That your offense is rolling, okay? And the only question was, is Vandy's defense in the trenches good enough to hold up? And in reality, when you look at it today and you see and you watch the game from the sideline, the answer was no. And it is a team game. I think if you look at what Diego Pavia did in the first half of this game, he played great. I think from an offensive play calling standpoint and what they do offensively, great. They do a lot of motion. They did an unbelievable little fake run where the running back comes back and they option it to him and he scored. They're creative. And to get back to your question a little bit, Bama is playing at a level right now where they can compete with anybody in the country. If Simpson's going to play ball the way that he has played the last 2 weeks, Alabama has a chance to play with anybody in the country. I had to go up to him after the game. I'm on the field. I'm obviously sitting there in a Diego Pavia jersey. That is my dog. And people were asking me in the stadium, like, well, you're wearing that jersey? I'm like, what do you want me to do? Walk in here in a Mark Ingram jersey and I can't go back to A&M in 2 weeks? What do you want me to do? This is my guy, a guy I talk to weekly, and I'm pulling for him. Now, you look at it overall, and I went up to Diego after the game. This doesn't change anything for Vandy. I think they didn't play well in the second half, but they can have a loss in the SEC. He can have a game like that and still do the things that he wants to do and they want to do as a team. Do they have a tough schedule? Sure. But you lost to a good team on the road in Bryant-Denny, which if you go back through history, not a lot of people have won at. And as that game started to get out of hand, those fans started to come down to that field area and started to rip me apart. You're going to see some clips of me busting out a Heisman and tell people to shine my trophy because I haven't been back there since 2012 in that stadium. There ain't nothing you can say to me. I'm sitting here supporting my boy. And, oh, yeah, by the way, I already did what I needed to do in this stadium. I already got something that's at my grandma's house for the rest of my life. So I'm good. Y'all can sit here and I'm chilling. And by the way, people in Tuscaloosa, nice. Look at this house. People taking care of me. They love me out here, except for you little frat punks. We good. And last thing, I got all my money back I lost on Vandy tonight. So bang.
Yeah, Bama look good. Hey, Ocho, you see that 370-pound fullback, the running back they
Man.
got? Big Proctor took that thing.
Hey, let me tell you something, Unc. When he makes it to the next level, whatever team takes him needs to keep him in that same area of special plays and being a gadget player. And the one coach or the one team I think
Dan Campbell.
Lions.
Why was that? Dan Campbell. I was just getting ready to say it.
I was already thinking
because you saw him throw a screen pass to Penn Sewell. You see him throw a back shoulder fade to Decker tackle. So there ain't no their offensive Ben Johnson, and I don't know the coordinator now, but they'll try anything anywhere because it's all about winning. And they don't. Hey, you playing well. Hey, son, you ever caught a ball? You ever caught a pass before? Not a long time. Well, we're gonna throw your ass one this week, son. So get ready.
It's so funny when you think about it. At what point, at what time has it ever? All I can think about is refrigerator party, the fridge.
Chicago, the fridge, yeah.
Yeah, getting that dive back in the days. I had never seen anything like that before. But now to see a guard or a tackle out there catching screen passes, running the ball too, handing it off.
Ocho. They put him in an offset eye. He came to the quarterback with the pocket and then bounced it.
I ain't never seen nothing like that. Hold on, Unc. You ain't see his footwork when he caught the screen.
Last week against Georgia.
Yeah. You ain't see the footwork on the sideline?
Ocho, and then he tried to drive for he tried to dive for the pylon. But he had that harness on. Ocho, you got that harness on. You can't really raise your arm too high to keep it from going so high. But it was fun to watch.
Hey.
But when you look at, I agree with what both of you said about, especially you, Johnny, about Vandy. Yeah. When you look at Vandy, their defense is really good because they got after Ty Simpson and the Alabama offensive line. They did pressure him, but they got a quarterback now. It's hard to win in today's game at any level if you don't have that guy. Now, there once upon a time, if you had an outstanding defense,
you can have anybody.
You could run the football and win.
Yeah.
Not anymore. Those days are long gone.
Hey, you can't, and Johnny, I'm sure we'll talk about this team most of the time, especially today's game, that you throw the ball so much, you have to throw the ball to win because some of the defenses aren't as good as they used to be back in the day. The one player that you can't hide and will get exposed is your quarterback.
Yeah.
Is your quarterback. And I saw it today because the entire world. Well, they told me, Johnny, I'm sure you heard it, Nuck, I'm sure you heard it, that he was the next coming of Jesus Christ, or he was supposed to be.
Right.
Well, you know I'm going with that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
It's tough. It's tough to play without a quarterback now because, like you said, Ocho, that's the only position that you can't hide.
Right.
I can roll coverage. I can slide the line. I can chip if I'm the running back. You know what I'm saying? If a guy doesn't have great hands, I bring somebody else in and let him play third downs. If the guy, I can do a lot of different things to hide a lot of players. I can slam my offensive line to keep you off my defensive line to keep you off my backers. But the quarterback, how do you hide him?
You can't. And listen, today in this game, one thing about college football that's different from the NFL is an NFL cover 2 defense. You watched it. There were teams. I had Brian Urlacher on my podcast. Man, we ran cover 2 all day long.
Yes.
The cover 2 in college football, if you were not really fundamentally sound in where you're supposed to be and your backers get depth and your corners play it right, Vandy today stayed in cover 2 for too long. And Ty Simpson did what he needed to do with his eyes and threw the whole shot maybe 6 times.
Yep.
Ocho.
Yep.
When you got wide open hole shots all day on 3rd down, 2nd down and long, they're getting behind the sticks. Vandy gets a 2nd and 20. Bang. Whole shot for 18 and it's 3rd and 2. Those were plays where they just got – I'm just sitting there on the sideline screaming like, give me a 2-man. Mix it up. They ran a simple stick and go on the outside. Corner and backer both jump on the low route, and Ty Simpson just drills the whole shot before the safety can get there. And it's like 15 yards, 16 yards, 22 yards.
Chunk plays.
And you can't have that. And they just got eaten away. And especially when you're getting gashed in the run game too, and you do finally get the pressure, and you do finally get into long situations, and you can't get off the field, you're not going to have success. Go to cover 3. Give me some quarters. Give me something.
Hey, Johnny, in situations like that, you see a game like today, you got to be able to take away something. Either you're going to take the front or you're going to take away the pass, but you can't allow them to dominate on both sides. You can't allow them to be successful in the pass and the run. Then you're at their mercy.
And you look, we know how to get you out of cover 2, Ocho. We run your ass out of cover 2.
Absolutely.
And because Alabama was running the ball well enough, if the linebackers take 1 step forward, now that's an extra couple of steps that you're going to have to take to get back. Right. And then by that time, Bama receivers are in those gaps.
Too late, yep.
And that's what you have to do. Now, a lot of teams play what we call play cover 2, and they call it run Tampa 2, where they take the Mike backer and they run. But when you do that, but here's the thing. You take off like you're trying to get down the hole, and then you just stop. Or you run him down the hole, and then you take the receiver that's outside the numbers and run him on the dagger route.
Yeah, and they did they did it all night. They did it all night. It didn't matter what they did. They and then even in early in the game, even in cover 3, they were just seaming it, making sure like it was just a good offensive game plan from Bama. And to be honest, Vandy coming out in the second half and not being able to score points, having a couple 3-and-outs and giving them the ball so much. Time of possession for Alabama versus Vandy in the second half was atrocious if you're a Vandy fan. But listen, this is still a good football team in Vandy. It's a trending forward Alabama team. And so many people after last week when we spoke were like, man, you're a Bama hater and this and that. I ain't got to love them. I ain't go there. What are we talking about? I respect the SEC and I love SEC football. There's a lot of people here that treated me great today in Tuscaloosa that respect what I did and respect the matchups we had. So you got to look at it the same way with Diego Pavia and what Vandy did last year. They came and got the better of you out of nowhere. Now you come back, you get your revenge, and it's a good game. But it's split 1-1. They're saying it is what it is. And to be honest, these teams may meet again.
Also, this is not your father and your grandfather's Commodores. I mean, when was the last time? I mean, we saw a Vandy ranked 16. When do we have last time we saw expectations? Normally, you go into Vandy, you're going to get a great education. You go into Alabama, you trying to go to the NFL. You go to Georgia, you trying to go to the NFL.
I was telling a story today when we played Vandy in 2013. I had half a shoulder, half an ankle, and went 25-26, and the ball barely never touched the ground, and we were out there toying. This ain't that Vandy. And
Nope, it's not.
Props to them, props to their program, props to what they've done. But sometimes when you take the goalpost out and you run it all the way down Broadway to the river, it doesn't sit well with Alabama fans. And they were juiced for that one today.
Oh man, look, they lucky. They lucky they ain't scoop up Alabama buses and take them and throw them in that damn river. We ain't beat your ass in 4 decades, Ocho. I mean, think about it. Some of their parents wasn't alive with last time they beat Alabama. And you think I'm not gonna do something? You can find us $1 million. The goalpost coming down on both ends, not just one. Both of them. I'm taking both. BOFF, both. I'm taking both of the mofos down. Man, come on. That's think about it. Vanderbilt beating Alabama.
Yeah. Been a long time since.
Yes.
How do we feel about Kellen DeBoer's seat now, 2 weeks later, than what we were talking about 3 weeks ago?
He heard all the talk.
They put a little cushion under that thing, huh?
Yeah,
They absolutely did.
Absolutely.
They absolutely did. But look, I think the thing is I think they said his record. I think he's like 117-17. Mm-hmm. But you at Alabama.
That ain't that James Franklin record.
Hell no. Alabama measures success in SEC championships and national championships. That's how they measure success. Yeah. You want to be 10-3, but if you bring us an SEC championship and you go play for a national championship, we'll forgive that. All that 12-1, 13-1, and you ain't in the SEC championship game, and you're not in the national champ.
Right.
Man, Bama ain't trying to hear all that. Because what they gonna say? Been there, done that.
Yeah.
Those are fans that are spoiled. You get Coach Bryant for 2 decades, and then you get another 2 decades out of Nick Saban. You win 12 national championships. How many did you play for? How many SEC championships did you win? That's the expectations of Alabama.
That's so as I'm rooting for Vandy today, and people are looking at me like, yo, we're hosting you here and this and that. I go, how many times have y'all won or been? How much success? There's not, you sprinkle in a loss here and there, but it hasn't been consistent at all. So the Vandy and what they're doing with their success, I was pulling for that. And Pavia is a great kid. He is a great dude. I see so much of myself in him that I'm going to continue to be friends with him and try and help him. That's what I'm going to do. But you look at it, you guys both tell me what you think. The rest of the schedule for Alabama, they play at Mizzou next week. They play Tennessee at home. They play South Carolina on the road. They play LSU at home. And they play OU at home. And then end the season, of course, with Auburn. So we're going to see exactly what you're made of. You got
for sure.
You got 2 ranked matchups coming up. Mm-hmm. South Carolina, who knows? They can get a little bit better. And then you got 2 more ranked matchups. This is a tough schedule.
Play?
It's a tough schedule.
Is he back?
Exactly. He'll be back. Mateer will be back by 11-15.
Okay. Well, see, there you go.
It ain't stopping. It ain't slowing down. This is SEC football, baby.
Mizzou's going to be tough.
Yeah.
South Carolina will be tough on the road.
Tennessee should have beat Georgia.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what Auburn's record is. The Iron Bowl
is always the bowl.
Always good.
You already know. I'm trying to wreck your season. I really am. I mean, we're not going nowhere. So I like it. I mean, we can't go. You can't either. The Gators wreaked havoc on Arch Manning to take down the number 9 Texas Longhorns 29-21. All that preseason hype with the number 1 ranking and all the excitements surrounding Arch Manning era are long in the rearview mirror. Arch finished with 263 passing yards, a pair of touchdowns, and a pair of INTs. A defense that had been elite so far this season was gashed for 159 rushing yards by that Gators attack. There may be an outside chance this team can get back in championship capabilities, but Texas don't look good, man.
No. Hey, and I'm gonna go first. Obviously, if they're to get back in contention and have any chance at winning, let alone just throughout the season, as opposed to even thinking about getting to the playoffs, they have to have better quarterback play. They got to have better quarterback play. You got to see the field a little bit better. You got to understand what you're seeing, being able to process defenses before they happen. I'm no disrespect. I'm just saying in general, your quarterback play is one of the reasons why you're in the situation you're in now. Now, despite what all the analysts say, all the people say, and with the praises and how you're supposed to be, he's gonna need a year like this. He's gonna need a year like this with some bumps and bruises and grinding and getting familiar with what's going on this year. And I'm assuming maybe next year he will come back much better, having a year under his belt to get familiar with the speed of the game, being able to process things a little faster and know what's coming and knowing some of the nuances and what you can and can't do as far as taking chances with the ball.
Sometimes how it just feels to go into these stadiums and into these big games, right? For him, it's not Arch's fault. And we have sat here and I've been critical of him and I've said certain things. And it's not his fault. It's not his fault his last name is what it is. It's not his fault that people were clamoring for him last year with Quinn Ewers. And when I saw the score tonight, of course, being an Aggie, they laugh at our pain every single year. We're the butt of the joke every single year. So now it's my turn, okay? I'm laughing. And I said, man, I bet you boys miss Quinn Ewers. I bet all that clamoring and all that jawing about Quinn Ewers, Quinn was slinging it. Quinn got you to between two plays of getting to the Natty, the Michigan year that they won it. So listen, it's not Arch's fault. He's a sophomore. He is a young kid that is developing under a very good coach in a program that has potential. But this is a Florida team that we have sat here for countless minutes and said, what the hell are they doing? Wait, can we get Urban? Can we get Jimbo? Can we get something? But you look, Lagway played great. That is the Lagway we expected to see. And when you look at it from a Texas standpoint, Arch Manning being the leading rusher with 37 yards and as a team rushing for 52, you can't get out your own shadow.
Nah.
Yeah.
That's
2 yards a carry. 2.
Terrible. So, look, this is a Texas team, too, that has opportunity. You still got chances. You go and lose one to Florida, guess what? Guess what next week is? That one split down the middle in Dallas.
Yeah.
Ranked,
they play OU?
Ranked top 5.
Wow.
You go win that game.
It's going to get ugly.
You never know. Is Mateer back? Maybe you catch them this year without their starting quarterback. All right. So for Texas, it's not all bad. They're going to catch some flack for the Aggies and me because we're finally winning and you guys taking L versus a team that's been terrible. But at the end of the day, for Arch, these are growing pains. A year for him as a sophomore. He can come back 2 years and be a great quarterback and have a great career and do what he needs to do and be a Texas legend. But for right now, this team, the preseason #1, they're not that team that we thought they were.
No, I think the thing is that when you look at it, everybody, all Texas fans, put in Arch. Y'all skewer. And I was like, I thought Ewers were bad. I wasn't clamoring for Arch Manning because I had seen enough because I've seen him putting up stats against San Jose State. I said, bro, that's not SEC competition. Right. Now, when I see him put up numbers like that against SEC competition, then maybe I'll start clamoring for him. But the thing that's working against Arch is expectations and that last name. Because the thing was happening, man, Peyton would have made that throw. Peyton would have did that. Eli, he ain't even Eli. Bro, you do realize, like, those were #1 overall draft picks. Both of them was #1 overall draft picks. Peyton is a top 5 quarterback, and you might not take him out of the top 3. With all that being said, Eli just one of the best big game quarterbacks in NFL history. He beat Tom Brady twice in the most meaningful game that our sport has to offer. But I mean, who's surprised? Did y'all really thought that Arch Manning was gonna be Peyton? Y'all really thought that?
I did. I thought it was going to be great because most of the time, you know what happens when you come from that type of lineage of great quarterbacks. Most of the time, it trickles down one after another. It works.
No, it don't.
Listen,
but there's one thing, Coach. It's the mental side of things. It's the how to carry yourself side of things. It's what you see from the greats that you've been around with access that nobody in the world gets to see. But where he went to school, when you go watch Arch Manning highlight tape, and you see the dudes that are chasing after him. My grandma in a wheelchair moved faster than some of them boys they were chasing after him. Right. He ain't play 6A. Me and my boys were talking about this the other day. if you put him in 6A Dallas or Houston football,
Right.
you're gonna see some dogs.
Yeah.
You're gonna see some people who can play. He
Right.
didn't play that competition. So this is his first level of playing guys who
Right.
are real dogs.
Right.
You play in the SEC and you get an offer and you're a starter, you can play. You got the size, you got the speed. You don't see a lot of bums out there. So
yeah.
it's going to take some time for him to get used to that.
Yeah.
And it's not his fault. That's just where he went to high school. I didn't go to a high school that was 5A, 6A in Texas, but my coaches were so gangster that they wanted to go play those guys in our non-conference.
Right.
Because they're like, you know what? Even if we get smoked, we're going to see stuff that we may not see in the playoffs, or we'll be ready for the playoffs. So it made us better. So this, if you handle it the right way, as he's going to have Peyton and Eli and everybody in his ear, listen, failure produces growth. This stuff produces growth. If Texas goes 8-4 this year after being preseason number one, that's a hungry offseason.
Yeah.
That's growth.
And the funny thing too about it, Johnny, and like the kind of the piggyback on what I was saying about obviously Arch and I mean I'm talking about Arch, Peyton and Eli being so good, and why I thought, well maybe he's gonna follow right behind, because I look at the Bosa brothers, I look at the Watt brothers, I just look at how they both obviously were great at their respective crafts. So I expected, after hearing all the noise about Arch, I'm expecting him, because I'd never seen him play. I never saw him play. I didn't see him play in high school. Saw a small sample size of him as a freshman. So I'm thinking, Quinn Ewers is now gone. I'm thinking he's going to be all world. And then come to find out, it's really not what I thought it would be, and just growing pains.
Ocho, your point is valid when you look at brothers, but their dad wasn't the sons. Hey, Archie Manning, I remember Archie Manning playing. He's the number 2 pick in the draft.
Yeah.
He wasn't Peyton. We talked about this. The likelihood, so you want God to just give you everything. You know what? I'm in the Hall of Fame and I want my son to be great too. So Magic Johnson and all these kids with sons, you want them to be the equivalent of what their dad was. Bobby Bonds was an outstanding player.
Right.
He wasn't Barry. Ken Griffey Sr. was an outstanding major league player. He wasn't Junior.
Yeah.
That ain't happening. So the likelihood of really?
Yeah, I thought it would have been 3. I thought, and it's still, he got a long way to go now.
He got 2 full years after this one.
Yeah. So
you can look up, he can stay, do the Colt McCoy thing, stay his entire career at Texas.
Oh, I think he would. I think he will.
3 years, and you could look up, he can be the number 1 pick in the draft in 2028 or whatever it may be. He still has that, but he has to grow. He needs reps. He needs time. He's got the lineage. He's got everything. But like you said, it just takes some time, man. He's not where he needs to be or where everybody thought he was. Everybody wants things to move so quick. Get him out. He's the first pick in the draft this year and that. And reality, let the kid be a kid and grow and get an education and have fun and grow into the player that he deserves and needs to be.
Right.
Yeah. Look at Dale and Steph. Dale Curry played 16, 17 years in the NBA. Dale Curry is not his son. And that's no knock, because when you have that kind of longevity, obviously you can play.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
But Steph Curry is a transcendent player. And so the likelihood, like I said, to be that, like I said, you get brothers. Look, you get the Watts. Look at TJ and JJ. Me and my brother, Rondi and Tiki. You get Clay Matthews and you get Bruce Matthews.
Yeah.
In that situation, though, Unc, you guys get to grind together, right?
Yes.
You get to grow together. You got to see him and learn from him and follow in that.
We're close in age,
different
yes.
when it comes decades apart.
Right.
Yes.
And you see it from a sideline when you're 6 years old and Peyton's winning a Super Bowl.
Right.
It's not the same as having your older brother 2 years apart you're seeing it right in front of your face. It's different.
Because you're asking yourself, am I too hard? Am I hard enough? And then he has to deal with, your dad would have made that play. Man, your uncle would have completed that pass.
Oh, yeah.
Man, you not your, because I told you the story, Ocho, that Ken Griffey said he can't wait to see his son. And his son struck out, and the guy sitting next to him said, hey, he's not you. And Griffey looked at him and said, name 5 players who were.
Ooh. That's a good one.
It's a bar.
That's a bar.
So
Definitely.
when you think about it, now you get an appreciation
Mhm.
because Peyton took over for Helton, who
Right.
ended up playing baseball, who was a great first baseman for the Colorado Rockies, and he
Mhm.
didn't look back.
Right.
Eli got in, and he didn't look back.
Hmm.
I don't think anybody was calling for Peyton or Eli to be replaced. And what he's up against is that legacy. That's what he's up against. And you know, Johnny, this, when you play in the SEC, you might get a legacy scholarship to go there. You damn sure ain't gonna get no legacy scholarship to get your ass on the field. Because they all about winning. And they gonna put the best 11 on offense, the best 11 on defense, and the best 11 on special teams
Right.
will trot out there every single time.
Your last name is not going to save you from them looking in that transfer portal that can bring somebody in and beat you out in the spring.
Yeah.
That's just the facts of the college football world we're in now. You can go slide $1.5 million to somebody that played at a smaller school but has a lot of talent but hasn't
Yep.
had the opportunity, and you can have somebody come in the spring and in February, and he can play, and he can come in and beat you out. And I don't think that'll be the case, but I definitely think if Texas, depending on how their season goes, they're not going to be accepting what it is right now and what's going on. And this is not a knock to Arch. I think if you look at him overall as a player, has he struggled? Has he hit the things he needed to hit? Has he looked like himself? No. But does he have the potential and the tools that he needs? Most likely. But you have to develop. And
Yes.
he's with a coach that I believe is a good developer of talent. But
Absolutely.
you
I agree.
have to look at it from a team standpoint too. Texas lost a lot of pieces last year that made them really, really good. From a
Yeah.
receiver standpoint, from a defensive standpoint,
Golden,
from a
Burton.
running back standpoint, like
Golden, what's the other guy name they lost? They lost 2 receivers, right?
I think so, yeah.
Because one was talking about he's going to run like he was going to go,
Yeah.
he was going to break the
Yeah.
record.
Matthew, they lost Matthew Golden.
Yeah, he agreed.
I
And
forgot the
they
other
lost
name.
another one too.
I forgot his name.
I think didn't he go to
great.
Cleveland?
Isaiah Bond, was it Bond?
Yes, Isaiah
Isaiah
Bond.
Bond, yeah.
The transfer from Alabama because he started at Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, but look, I mean, Texas still has a program that is in a lot better shape than they were when you went through the Charlie Strong years and Mac left and they couldn't find a quarterback and they really struggled. I mean, they have had a lot of success in the last couple of years of getting into the playoff, being close to where they want to be, and they're just not playing their best ball right now. But it doesn't slow down. You got OU this week. You got more games coming up. Like this SEC gauntlet, depending on what your draw is throughout the year, is tough, man.
Yeah,
It is. We were talking about Bama's schedule. We talked about A&M schedule last week. Like some teams may have it easier depending on it not being split down the middle and you playing set teams anymore. Like we don't play Bama this year.
Yeah.
Lucky us. Normally, 2 years ago, we got to play them. We got to play LSU. We play every team in our division. So now with it being this way, it really is luck of the draw and who you play is if they're good or not.
Johnny, you talked earlier about DJ Langway because we felt that he hadn't been playing up to par, but he had himself a night tonight, 21 of 28, 298, 2 touchdowns, had 1 INT. They ran the ball 37 times for 159 yards. Baugh had 27 for 107, and Wilson had 6 for 111 and 2 touchdowns. So they got the balance that they needed to keep Texas off balance because they was running it, and Lagway had a day throwing the football. And this is what we expected of Lagway at the start of the season. He was preseason. He and Arch Manning like, okay. Obviously, with Nussmeier, they thought those were going to be the guys in the SEC. But this was the best that he's looked. And it might have taken Billy Napier off the hot seat, guys, for at least a week, or as Luther Vandross used to say, if only for one night. he gets to sleep easy tonight, Johnny.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing I don't like about this is I can enjoy it and revel in the Texas unsuccessfulness. Next Saturday, 10-11, Florida comes on down to College Station. And that's a nice win for them to build off of, a confidence builder for Lagway. And us being a 6th-ranked team in the country, you know that you're playing a team that is capable of beating a top 10 team, and you're going to have your hands full. So 1 week ago, this looked like a game A&M could
check off.
Kind of. You never want to just check through it, but it was one that you feel like you're going to be confident about winning. And now you kind of look at it and go, okay, we better tighten up because we're getting their best shot for sure.
For sure. Dallas Wilson finished with 6 catches, a buck 11, and 2 touchdowns. It was the best debut for a freshman receiver at Florida in program's history. And we know some of the receivers that's come out of there, the high draft picks that's come out of the University of Florida. But this young man had the best debut game in Florida history. But Napier's off the hot seat because, boy, hey, he lost this game, and now you talk about 1-4. Hey. Oh, he got to get up out of. He got to get up out of there, Johnny. And they still got, if I'm not mistaken, they still got their rivalry with Georgia. So, you can't keep losing all these games and then lose the Georgia-Florida rivalry.
Mm-hmm.
A&M number 6. They play Mississippi State. They play Georgia's number 12. They play Kentucky, and then they go number 4, Ole Miss, number 15, Tennessee, number 18, Florida State to finish the year.
Yeah, it ain't look, boy. It ain't looking good for the home team, Ocho.
Yeah,
but at least they showed in the locker room. At least you can go in the locker room and turn around and look, and be like, yeah, okay, we got it. Like we can. We went out and beat a Texas team that's ranked. Are they as good as we thought they were? Whatever. But it's a top tier SEC team, and we got more of them coming up. So as a Florida locker room, this is a positive season building thing.
Right.
Yeah. We was talking about Billy Napier and Kalen DeBoer being on the hot seat. James Franklin said, get y'all ass off that hot seat. Let me get on there. And sure enough, last Saturday's lost to Oregon. They lost to number 2 Oregon. But this is an 0-14. They had fired their entire staff. I don't know. Is that Rick Neuheisel's son? Jared Neuheisel?
It is.
Okay. So now it's the first loss Penn State in 34 games against an unranked team. Penn State, the first top 10 team to lose to an 0-4 team or worst opponent in 40 years since Texas El Paso knocked off the defending national champ in 1985, BYU. It was impossible for a play. Hey, they ain't going to playoff now.
No,
you ain't losing that game.
No,
and going to the playoffs. Nico Amaleva.
Yeah, Amaleva.
Well, he played today. He didn't leave today. They probably UCLA probably wanted him to go, John, if he had lost that game today. But he played outstanding today. He had 17 of 24, 166, 2 touchdowns, 16 rush attempts, 128 yards, 3 touchdowns. He was outstanding. Yeah. And again, now everybody last week when we was talking about James Franklin, whoa, but he this, he that. Okay, now what y'all got? Mm-hmm. Hey. I'm interested to know what y'all got. The team fired their entire staff. I don't even know where they got Jared Neuheisel from. I don't know if he was on the staff or not. But all I know is that the number 17 in the country, the 7th ranked team in the country, and you go on the road, they might have not won 10 games in the last 3 years. And they had you down, as a matter of fact, they had you down at the half 27-7. Mm-hmm.
They had you favored. Hold on, they had them favored. They had Penn State favored to win by what, 24, if I'm not mistaken? Something like that?
UCLA covered plus 24.5.
Ooh. That's nasty.
So, hey, that's one of those money lines you're looking for all year. Like, ooh, that pays.
Well, I hope that wasn't your suicide pick, because you know you have a suicide pick. You can pick them, but you can't pick them again.
Right.
Hey, here you are, week 4, and it's gone. Drew Allen, 19 of 26, 200 yards, 2 touchdowns. But he was your leading rusher with 11 carries for 78 yards. UCLA ran the ball 53 times, 269 yards.
Hey.
I can just imagine what that time of possession was. When you run the ball that many times, you probably had the ball for, I'm going to say you had the ball 40 minutes, Ocho, 39 minutes and 17 seconds.
Yeah, something like that. If you got a team that's able to impose their will on you and run the ball at will like that with that amount of yards and have that type of time possession, the chances of you winning a game is slim to none. Or when you do get the ball, you're going to have to match them score for score. And Penn State wasn't able to do that on either side of the ball. I'm not sure what's going on, especially for them to lose to an 0-4 team like that. And the moniker that we always say, especially in NFL, any given Sunday, well, hell, any given Saturday. Any given
Yeah.
Saturday, and that was a perfect example of that definition today and what we saw from UCLA.
Yeah,
UCLA
this
was
is a
10 of
back to the
16
drawing
on
board.
third
This is
down.
back to the drawing board for Penn State. This is a backbreaker. You come out and you play in the game last week where you have real opportunity to go and win, and you feel like, you know what, we let that one slip, but we can build off it. And then you come out and you sit in the locker room at halftime and it's 27-7, and you're looking around, you're wide-eyed, you're like, what's going on? And then the game ends the way that it does. A UCLA team that's been getting laughed at, and it's been really tough. And Nico's taking a lot of slack for what happened at Tennessee. So when you look at it in this game, you have to say respect to UCLA for doing what they needed to do, getting people in there and coming and getting a good win versus a top end team. And Penn State has to be sitting there just kicking themselves because this is a season ending kind of loss.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Penn State only had 9 third downs. UCLA was 10 of 16.
Damn.
So they converted more third downs than Penn State
Had.
got total. You go 10 of 16, oh, you're going to have the ball a long ass time. Tick, 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 tick.
That's so frustrating.
Yeah. Because you're hoping, man, let's get the third down. Let's get the third down.
Then you get to a 3rd and 7, and they get you all the air gone.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, D. Come on, D. Let's get them off the field. Come on. We ain't get them off the field.
Tough.
We didn't get them off the field.
Hey,
That was
hey.
a huge look. Go ahead, Ocho. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I mean, obviously, Johnny, you would know better than me, Coach. You understand how college football works as far as entities of this magnitude, especially Penn State, that have a certain standard that they always go by or abide by. Does Coach Franklin make it through the season, you think?
I don't think they're going to pull up those same stats we were talking about. I still think they're going to look at it as a guy who's built a good program, a guy that was successful at Vanderbilt. I still think they look at him as a guy that can get them where they want to go.
Right.
That's just my opinion of the situation. It's one of those things too. You got to go replace him with somebody who can do what you want to do. And there's not a ton of guys just sitting out there that you can just go pluck.
Right.
You are Penn State, which is a prestigious program, but you are not Alabama. You are not
Texas,
USC,
Ohio State.
Ohio State,
Right.
Oregon. You are not that. You are not LSU. So you are a good program, but you can't just come in and buy somebody out of their contract or this. So if you
Right.
get rid of a James Franklin, who is a good coach and a program builder, you don't want to take a step back and maybe taking a shot on somebody else. So
Right.
I would think he'll get a grace year and you'll have to come back in next year. And if this continues, then it's something you look at seriously. But that's just my opinion in the situation and what I see.
I agree. I don't think they do anything in the middle of the season. This is not a situation like UCLA, Ocho,
Right.
because they looked at that situation like there is no light on the horizon.
Right.
We've gone through several years of this, and this just isn't going to cut it.
Okay, I got you.
And you started off 0-3 this year. You lost to a team that you probably weren't supposed to lose to. They're like, nah, we done. We've seen enough. We've seen enough, and they pulled the plug on it. So I agree, Johnny. I don't think they do anything now. Maybe next year you go back but who's out there? You're not getting a coach to leave. Sark is not leaving Texas to go to Penn State. Now you might get some coordinator to go to Penn State, but to get a big time coach to leave a program, nah. You're not getting Freeman to leave Notre Dame. You're not getting Brian Kelly to leave LSU.
Yeah.
Kirby ain't leaving Georgia. DeBoer's not leaving Alabama.
Right.
Day is not leaving Ohio State. The guy at Michigan is not leaving Michigan. So Dan Lanning is definitely not leaving Oregon. So
Yeah.
what? Who you gonna hire? Who
You
gonna
go
get?
hire a creative up and comer, a GJ Kinney type of dude who
Yes.
built a good program but is in a smaller school, or you go to the Fired Football Coaches Association, is what John Gruden calls it, and you go find somebody who who got bought out for 90 million and try and get him up there and lure him in with another 150 and see how much he likes the bag.
Yeah, yeah.
That's your option.
People talking about Lane Kiffin. I think Lane Kiffin, the only job Lane Kiffin, he'll leave and go to Alabama. I think that's the only job.
Go back.
Because first of all, if Bama called, everybody's listening.
Yeah.
That's the one school that everybody. Is this? You say you the AD for who? Alabama? The Alabama? The elephant? That one? Oh, okay. Yeah. How you doing? Yeah, we just wondered if you okay. You listen. You listen.
Yeah.
Nick Saban was at Miami. Miami, the Dolphins. Alabama called. He took that call. He's like, man, you know what? Hey, this little bit of money y'all paying me ain't worth it. They don't want to listen. Let me go somewhere that these kids want to get to this level.
Yeah.
And they'll listen to and they'll hang on and listen to every damn word I say.
Where I got a little bit more control.
And he built a factory down there.
Oh, yeah.
Johnny, your team, Texas A&M, the Aggies, number 6 Aggies, 31-9 over Mississippi State. They remain undefeated. Ended up 5 yards a carry for the game, nearly exceeding 300 yards. They had 54 carries, 299 yards rushing.
Jesus.
Well, if you got that many yards rushing, you got 40 minutes on your hands. Maybe a little more. 38-17. So 23 first down, 7 of 15. Mississippi State was 1 of 10 on third down. Surprised the score wasn't more lopsided than that. 479 total yards to 219. 13 of 23 for your guy Marcel Reed. He wasn't asked to do a whole lot, but they got the job done. 31-9. I don't know how much of this game you saw, Johnny, but what did you like about what you saw? If you did watch some of it, what did you like about what you saw? Because I know you're a big Reed fan.
Yeah, no. So listen, I watched a little bit of it, but I think you look at the last 2 weeks for A&M, you get into SEC play, right? They've given up 10 points versus Auburn and 9 versus Mississippi State. That is playing very solid fundamental defense, flying, rallying to the football, not missing tackles, doing the right things. The cool thing, too, for A&M, the Aggies should be excited about, is when you rush for 300 yards, the pressure comes off of Marcel Reed. So Marcel Reed can now have a 56% completion percentage, throw a pick, only throw for 180 yards, and he only rushed for 30. But it's not one of those things where you're taking 500 bricks and putting it on his back. Right? You got a defense that's getting you back on the field quickly. You got an offensive line that's helmet to helmet, moving the line of scrimmage, and you have a running back that's going for over 100 yards. It's team complementary football.
Yep.
And that's what you want to see. That's the making of a good team, not where you're lopsided and your offense has to carry and take over for your defense or whatever it may be. But for Texas A&M, this is another check of the box of an SEC win in a game that normally, if you don't come out and have your preparation and everything, T's crossed, I's dotted and everything, you can lose a game like this. But I think Elko has the guys rolling. I think he has them focused. Yep. And I think you have to look at them and say, they are contenders. Another check on the box for A&M.
Man, I watched A&M come out that tunnel, boy. They were hyped. Boy, they think they had that thing. That thing was live, man. I said, okay, A&M, y'all might be ready. Hey, the A&M defense held Mississippi State to under 220 yards of total offense. So when you can run it for 300, hold the opposing team to under 220 in a college game with all the plays that they're going to run, this was a thorough domination. I'm surprised they didn't win by, like you said, when you run it, I mean, you're not going to rush. I mean, score a bunch of touchdowns running the football. You will keep your defense off the field, and when they do get on the field, they can go hunting because they're fresh. But I thought A&M played extremely well today. Hey, Johnny, you know what? I wasn't going to agree with you. I was like, man, Johnny being a homer. When it's all said and done, A&M might be down there. They might have something to say. They might be like the devil going down to Georgia.
What I said last week, which was exactly this. From what we have seen from A&M so far, if you give it an honest assessment from a full team football perspective, You have seen the right pieces from an offensive standpoint, from a defensive standpoint, and from a special team standpoint. You got a receiving core that could be as good as anybody in the country. You got a ground game that can pop off 300 in your face. And when you run the ball like that, like you said, Unc, your defense is fresh. I want my
Yeah, they
dogs
hunt.
on the D line who are going to get drafted in that first, second, third round. If
Yeah.
they're fresh and sitting on the sideline over there on the cool benches, having the water, and they get to go pin their ears back for 3 plays and get off the field, that is a recipe for success.
Yeah.
So, to not jinx my Aggies by hyping them up too much because we have a history, but nevertheless, there's one way to change, and that is do something different. And what we're seeing right now, so far, week in and week out, is very impressive.
All right, Johnny, we're going to get you out of here on this one. Colorado Big 12 struggles continue tonight. The
Oh,
Buffaloes
man.
lost to TCU 35-21, fell to 2-4 on the season. Caden Salter was inconsistent again. 18 of 29, 217, 2 touchdowns, but 3 costly interceptions in the first half. And then they had a very, very costly fumble late in the ball game that gave them TCU a short field. They capitalized on that. They threw a touchdown on 4th down with 19 seconds to go. So, but man, that quarterback, he killing them, Ocho.
Hey,
He killing them.
you got in order to compete, in order to contend, in order to have success, in order to even have a chance at winning at any level, whether you're in high school, whether you're in college, whether it's the NFL, we see it all the time, especially it's a little bit more prevalent in the NFL and how important the quarterback position is. You got to have quarterback play, not only quarterback play, but quarterback play that's somewhat consistent.
Yep.
You just got to be somewhat consistent, and you can't turn the ball over. You can't turn the ball over when you're playing against opponents that are better than you. And if you're going to have a chance at all, you want to minimize it as much as possible. Now, for Prime and the Colorado Buffaloes, if you had some type of running game, you wouldn't have to put the onus of games when it comes to wins and losses on the quarterback. If you had a better running game, you could take some of the pressure off of it. We don't have to put it in the air as much. But the running game is a little bit stagnant. It's not as consistent as you'd like it to be. Therefore, you got to throw the ball as much as you do.
Here's the thing that I like about Prime so much, just knowing who he is and how he is as a person. This adversity and what they're going through right now, he does not shy away from it. He goes back into the office on a Monday and goes back to the drawing board, and he's going to do, as long as he is there, everything in his power to try and right this ship, make it respectable, and build on what they need to do to be a good program. But right now, you guys are both absolutely 100% correct. You're not getting enough out of the run game to make it easier on your quarterback. And when it is time for the quarterback to step up, you're not getting enough from that position to make it easy on everywhere else. That is a tough recipe to be able to come out and have success.
The mere fact that you tied at the half and you thrown 3 picks is amazing. I thought the defense played really well tonight.
They did.
I mean, you think about it. They stopped because normally the Buffs can't stop the run. Well, they held TCU 35 carries, 94 yards. I can live with that. Now, Hoover, 23 of 33, 275 and 4 touchdowns. You probably can't live with that. They did get 2 sacks? They had 2 sacks, 6 tackles for losses. But the quarterback, he's wildly inconsistent.
The one thing too, and this is something that when I first got to the NFL and Kyle Shanahan came into one of the first meetings, and if you lose the turnover battle, 4 turnovers to nothing, your percentage chance throughout the history of all football games to actually win is like 8%. It's so bad. So if you're going to lose a -4 in a turnover battle, you're smoked. You have to play so good in every area. It doesn't matter that your defense held up okay. It does not matter that your running game may have been better than it has been in the past. It is so hard to overcome that. And there's 2 things that you look at when I go to team stats every week. What are your penalties? How many times you shoot yourself in the foot? And did you win the turnover battle? And tonight, 4-0 in turnovers is tough. 6 of 43 on the penalties is whatever. You can live with that.
You can live with that.
But
As long as you're not double digits.
Yep, -4 in the turnover battle, you're smoked.
You lose it. They were Ocho. See, you was up 14-0.
Yeah.
So I'm just for people to know they were up 14-0.
Listen.
And then all of a sudden, Salter like, you know what? I want to make y'all, I don't want people to lose interest in this game, so let me make it interesting. Here you go.
Listen.
I mean, he was throwing picks like Oprah was giving out cards. You get a pick. You get a pick. You get a pick. Like, bro, what the hell are you doing?
I don't know what it is. Obviously, it's hard watching from the TV copy whose fault it is. Sometimes with some of those throws, it can be the receiver's fault, them not being in the right place. It could be the quarterback's fault. You really can't tell, especially watching from TV. Then you see the replay. You still actually don't know, what the scheme of the concepts were. And it just, he got to play better. The quarterback has.
Well, I mean, if the defender is between, the ball's going to have to go through the defender to get to your guy. It's the quarterback's fault.
Yeah.
Because even if he ran the wrong route, as Brian Billy used to tell our quarterbacks, don't exacerbate a situation. He ran the wrong route. Why the hell you want to throw it to him
Right.
anyway? You reward negative behavior. I'm like, bro, what are you doing?
Yeah.
I mean, he's just like too cool for school. It's like every time he want to throw it sidearm, he want to change arm slots. He trying to do too much, man. Man, I'll be like, man, if I didn't pay for these TD, probably if I was at an Airbnb, I probably, you know what, Ocho, I probably just throw a shoe and somebody broke in the house and threw a shoe through the TV. but this is my ish. Hey, you know what? I need to go catch some TVs on sale, Ocho. Go to an estate sale, or we used to call them yard sales or rummage sales, and get me some TVs. That way I could just throw a shoe through them when I get mad. Because boy, he had me 357 hot today.
Well, they
damn.
really missing Shador right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're really missing consistent quarterback play like that. And look, I think for me and having the relationship I have with Prime and wanting him to be successful, it is hard to sit here and see their struggles and what they're going through right now. If anybody rights the ship, I believe it can be him. But it goes back to the thing that we were saying a couple weeks ago. This new NIL landscape, it's tough to get a dude to Boulder, man. It's tough when you don't have the juice.
You ain't got no beach. You ain't got no water.
You ain't got no hose.
And it's cold. So, Ocho, come on now. I need scenery.
Yeah.
I need scenery.
Most of the time, especially, it depends. You need scenery, or you're locked in and focused on trying to get to that next level. It's all on what you want.
Yeah, but guess what? I can go to Alabama and get focused on that next level. I can go to Ohio State and get focused on that next level.
Right.
You got to realize, CU ain't one of these top 10, top 15 programs that people just lining up to come to.
Right.
So I need something to lure them down there. What I got. And most of the guys that we need, they ain't trying to ski. As I understand Aspen and Vail and Breckenridge, I get all that.
Yeah.
But that ain't going to get them down there.
Hey, well, I tell you what, though, if you want to be picky, if you're in a position where you don't want to choose Colorado and you have the skill set to show up and pop out on tape at the Alabamas, the LSUs, and the other Power 5 schools, more power to you. But it's only a handful of them young bulls that's out there that's built like that, if you know what I mean. That can actually go there and actually make a difference, where you could pick and choose and say, well, I don't want to go to goddamn Colorado because I need some goddamn scenery.
I think the thing they can do the best is you go look at the Alabamas and the guys who are sitting there stuck on the 2 that can't get on the field, the Isaiah Bond we were talking about who transfers to a Texas or something like that. They're going to have to live and die by the portal and going and grabbing some guys who can't get on the field at these big schools and have the allure of Prime, have the allure of being playing for a coach who knows what it takes, what he did, molding Travis Hunter into getting him into a Heisman, into a first-round draft pick and doing that. Because, you may not have it all to offer in the world, but Travis Hunter decommitted from everywhere else in the whole world to say, I'm going to Jackson State and be with Prime. So there is that allure and there is that special human being of a person and as a coach that would be like, yo, if I rock with him that much, I'm going to go help him lead me into what I want to be as a man and as a player. So that is something that they have going for them and something that he's going to have to go and snag when guys aren't getting most of their opportunities somewhere else. That's the way I view it.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, Ocho. If a guy's at Ohio State, if he's at Alabama, and he's at one of these big portals, that means he can go to one of those other big schools. A guy at Alabama can go to Ohio State.
Right.
He can go to Florida State. He can go to Michigan. He can go to those other schools. He ain't looking guys like that. Unfortunately, Ocho and Johnny, you and I both know they're not looking at college. They're not looking at CU because they don't. Now, once upon a time, CU used to be a factory, especially for linebackers. Canavis McGee, Chad Brown, Alfred Williams. They had some guys. Ted Johnson. They had DBs. They had wide receivers. They had a program. It's been dormant for a long period of time. It's been like the 17-year locusts. They only come every 17 years, Ocho. So that program's been dormant for a long period of time. And it's going to take a while for it to get, but they're going to have to win. Now, they needed to follow up what they did last year. They needed to follow it up with another season like that. Because that's how Alabama started getting them back. Coach Saban got there. I think he went 8-4. And then guess what? He went 10-2, and 11-1, and then 12-0, and then 11-1, and then 12-0, and then they'll come. You can't go 8-4 and then turn around and go 4-8 and think guys are going to come because they're not.
It's a waste of a year. That year ain't even happened. 8-4 didn't mean nothing. First of all, it's not good enough to really grab your attention, but because of the publicity and what Prime is and Shador and what they had and Travis Hunter, you got a Heisman guy, the highlights. You're able to build on that a little bit. But once you go 4-7 or 4-8 or whatever it may be, all that goes away and you're back to the drawing board of they're a struggling program. But I don't know.
And guess what, Johnny?
How they get out of this?
They ain't got NIL money. They can't put no $20 million, no $25 million in there and say, okay, well, go get me a quarterback, go get me a receiver, a couple of DBs and some D linemen, O linemen.
I got it. They got the Powerball in Colorado, too. They can go get that.
They do. They do. Man, Johnny, thanks for joining us tonight. Make sure y'all go subscribe and check out his podcast on YouTube, Glory Days with Johnny Manziel. Johnny, thanks for joining us tonight. Stay safe out there because I know you're getting ready to head out right now. But stay safe out there, bro, and we'll holler at you next week.
Thank you, boys. Giggle Maggies. Let's go.
Yo.
See you, buddy.
Ocho, 73-year-old coach Bill Belichick is the oldest coach in college football. Clearly has no answer for what ails the program that had made 6 bowl appearances in a row under former head coach Mack Brown. The Tar Heels have played 3 Power 4 opponents this season, none which have been ranked. They've lost by 34, 25, and 28. UNC's general manager, Mike Lombardi, wrote a newsletter to the program supporters stating to trust the process, comparing the team's rebuild to the Sixers. I don't know if I'd use that one, but pointing out the early struggles from legends Nick Saban and Jim Harbaugh. Ocho, if you're a UNC booster, do you really trust the process with Coach Belichick?
Absolutely. And if you're a UNC booster, you need to open up your pocketbook. You know what it takes. You understand the landscape and the dynamic and the way things work now in today's era when it comes to college ball and winning games. You got to pay to play. You got to pay to win. And that's what it takes. And you have to trust the process because you had the right man for the job. All you need now is the backing. And the backing has to come from the sponsors. It has to come from those with the big pockets that are on the outside, that graduated, that they do know. And I would trust the process, especially with a coach like Bill Belichick, who has success at the highest level, who's trying to show NFL teams that he can also coach at the younger level with the kids and be a little bit more lenient and showing that I can do it on both ends of the spectrum. And I think he's going to have success. Obviously, it's somewhat of I wouldn't use the word rebuild. But it is
a rebuild.
Okay, well, rebuild. It's a fresh start for him.
Mm-hmm.
And it's only, and listen, as great as Bill Belichick is, there's only so much coaching he can do without the talent, without the players to be able to execute whatever it is you want to do offensively and defensively.
They're not good.
Hey.
They're not good, Ocho.
Yeah.
I wish I could dress it up for the chat and say, oh, chat, they get this. They're not good.
Yeah.
And it's going to take a while for them to get good. This is not an overnight. This is not
It can be an overnight success now. It can
Yeah,
be overnight. It depend on who pocketbook we talking about. We can
they ain't
flip
got no
this
money
thing,
like.
we can flip this thing around in 1 year.
If you tell me they got Texas A&M or they got Texas, they got money like that.
That kind of
Okay,
money.
I'll listen to
Wait,
you.
whoa. Tell me who's the richest man? Who's the richest person right now that went to University of North Carolina?
Don't start me to line.
I could tell you now, one of the, arguably the greatest basketball player ever.
Oh, Jordan.
You think
Hold
Jordan?
on. You said what sport did he play?
Basketball.
Okay, what is North Carolina known for?
Hold on. Let me finish. I'm talking about people with money that have long money that can help with that NIL situation.
People with long money, they like to invest in things that they like. What does Michael Jordan like? Basketball.
And golf.
What is North Carolina known for? Basketball.
Okay. But I'm
What
just
is the university? What is Alabama known for? Football.
Yeah.
What is Ohio State known for? Football.
Yeah.
What is University of Texas known for? Football.
Yeah. I understand.
So you trying to win at a program that's known for what? That's like Kentucky. What is Kentucky known for? What is Kansas known for?
Yeah. But the funny thing about it too, Unc, I'm thinking about it. We talk about wanting to change the program around, and you have someone that is a part of the alma mater that can do that, like that had disposable income.
Yeah.
Had disposable
Well, look,
income.
they ain't got no
Can't
Larry
get that in.
Ellison. They ain't got no Larry Ellison than
Okay.
what he did for Michigan.
Okay, that's different. That's different.
You know, that's what I'm saying.
Now that's a different ball game.
See, you talk about somebody, and Michael Jordan he got more money than you and I'll ever see. He's
Yes,
$3.5, $4 billion.
Yes,
but
sir.
we talking about a guy that got 350 billion, 370 billion, and it's going up.
Ooh.
So that's a whole different animal, Ocho.
Hey, hold on. Hey, what you think? You think we'll still be doing the show if we had Larry Ellison money?
Do what show? Man, please. Hell no. I mean, I like talking, and I feel I still have a lot to offer. But hell to the no. 375 billion? I mean, no, Ocho, no. I'm going to kick my heels up somewhere. I ain't gonna even lie to you. I ain't finna hold you. I'm going to kick my heels up somewhere.
Hey, look, you got too much to offer to the people to have that kind of money and not want to share the knowledge and the stories that you do have, Unc.
Well, hey,
Listen, don't let the money change you.
Ocho, I'll come back and I'll give you one day a week. But I'm gonna be, Jordan, Jordan, we gonna be in the Maldives. I don't know what the internet service like over there, but that's where I'll be. All the places that the Maldives, the Amalfi Coast.
Yeah.
I want to go a lot of places, Ocho. I'm gonna get a head start on it.
You're gonna be gone, huh?
What?
Don't worry, I run the show by myself. Don't worry about it. Hey, that's funny, boy.
I'm gonna let you. Welcome to the Ocho show. Man, what happened to Unc? Unc pieced him out. Look, Ocho, and plus the fact that Coach Belichick has had it's been a long time. Coach Belichick has had so much success.
Yes.
Because think about during that 20-year stretch that he had in New England.
Yeah.
He had 3 losing seasons. His first season and then his 2 last seasons there.
Yeah.
So 17 years of prosperity. He won the division 16, 17 times. He went to 10 Super Bowls. 9 Super Bowls.
Oh, that's crazy, man.
All those AFC championship games. Man.
I don't think people understand what Bill and Tom did for such a long time. Huh?
Well, we understand it, Ocho, for the simple fact we played that sport.
Yeah, man.
And we know how hard it is to win. To win that consistency, that consistently at that level and to the degree at which they won.
Yeah.
Okay, look, winning 8, 9, 10 games or having the Cowboys.
Yeah.
They went 20 straight years and never had a losing season. So 8-8 is winning. Okay, like Mike Tomlin, he's never had a losing season. That ain't nothing to compare to what they did for 20 years.
Yeah.
They winning divisions. They making deep playoff runs. They going to Super Bowl. 9 Super Bowl appearances in 20 seasons. Now, mind you, had it not been for Peyton beat him 3 times in the AFC Championship game. Mm-hmm. So that's 12 AFC Championship games in 20 seasons. Eli beat him twice in the Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah.
So that man could have easily gone to 12 Super Bowls
Foles.
and have
What,
9
rings?
wins.
9 rings.
Nick Foles got him too.
Yeah, that's right. Dang.
So the man, yes. So to win at that level, you have a great, like anybody that does something like, I'm sure doctors feel this way, Ocho, when somebody does a unique neurosurgery and they do something or they put something back together. It's an unbelievable feeling
Right.
to keep a life
Mm.
in these hands. Skill now, a lot of stuff now is machines, push a button and the machine does all that. But to be able to do, I'm sure surgeons feel that way when they see another surgeon do something.
Mm-hmm.
Man,
Yeah.
you appreciate it. And coach, this hard on Coach Belichick.
Yeah.
Man, losing get hard when you used to winning.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you get older.
But you also understand what you're getting yourself into. Before he took the job, he understood what he was getting himself into.
Ocho, we got a story to report. Mark Sanchez was arrested by the Indianapolis Metro Police Department on Saturday, facing 3 misdemeanor charges in relation to an incident where he was stabbed and taken to the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
The Indiana Metro PD said Sanchez was arrested at the hospital on suspicion of battery with injury, unlawful entry of a motor vehicle, and public intoxication.
Oh.
An Indy reporter reported the following. We can now report what is stated in the police narrative from last night's stabbing involving former NFL quarterback Mark Sanchez. According to the police narrative we received from sources, Sanchez was not cooperative with police when they first arrived on the scene. Another man listed as the victim in the police report told police he was delivering food when Sanchez told him he needed to move and couldn't park where he was. The man told police Sanchez started threatening him and following him and then attacked him. The man said he first tried to pepper spray Sanchez and it didn't work. He said it was at that time he defended himself with a knife. Police noted the man had a significant injury to his face. Sanchez was taken to the hospital in critical condition and underwent surgery. It is important to note Sanchez has not been interviewed yet. So as the gentleman, I think he's like 63, Ocho, as he's telling the story, he's delivering DoorDash.
Yeah.
He's parked in an area.
Okay.
He said, this is what he said. So all we can go about is what's being reported. That Sanchez told him he couldn't park there.
Right.
And then I guess at some point, Sanchez tried to get into the gentleman's car.
Oh.
It happened around 12:30 a.m. So probably, there's a high probability or likelihood that alcohol was involved.
I was just going to ask.
It's a very unfortunate situation.
Yeah.
That he could have lost his life. He's very fortunate. He probably got stabbed maybe in the chest, the abdomen. Did they say where he got stabbed? They didn't report, but if
he had to go through surgery, it had to be somewhere where it could
the
have
abdomen or the chest or something.
Yeah.
Yes. But he's fortunate to be alive. I hate this for him and his family. And Fox reached out and said they're doing their due diligence, but asked for privacy for him and his family. But it's a very, 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 very sad for a situation. 63-year-old man trying to make an honest living. I mean, I promise you, he delivering DoorDash, Ocho. He ain't got 63 billion or nothing.
Right.
He's trying to make ends meet.
Mm-hmm. Most definitely.
And that's probably not his only job.
Mm-mm. Not at all. Listen, for one, I mean, first off, based off what I know so far about the situation, I would also like to hear what Mark Sanchez has to say about it. But based on what we have so far, for one, I want to just say I'm glad Mark is okay. I'm glad he's going to pull through. But obviously, I think alcohol plays a huge part. Plays a huge part in this situation. And obviously, this is going to be a learning lesson for Mark. It's going to be a learning lesson for others as well that consume alcohol. And most of the time, you want to consume just enough just enough where you're still able to function in your right state of mind and you're able to make the right decisions, even when you're intoxicated. And I think obviously having too much alcohol, it skews, some of your decision making based on
Yeah,
the
you don't
situation.
make the best decisions.
No, you don't. And for one, for me, I'm really not the one to be talking for someone who's never had alcohol before. I'm really not the person to be saying what you should and shouldn't be doing when it comes to drinking alcohol. But I hope this situation gets rectified soon. I hope Mark pulls through and he's
He
able.
might have been stabbed multiple times, Ocho.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you could have
Because you
died.
got to understand that man fighting for his life. He doesn't know.
Oh,
He
yeah,
probably didn't even know who that was.
yeah, of course.
And you jump on me, you threatening me. I ain't taking time to let me go to Google because he
Right.
kind of look like Mark Sanchez. Let me see
Right.
if that's him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's you. People ain't doing that, man. Man, look, man. I just leave people alone.
Yeah.
That's why. I go on about my business, Ocho. Hey, how you doing, man? Boom.
And one thing when I think about it too, DoorDash. Let's say he did park in a spot. All they doing
You not the police.
even that, all you doing is dropping food off. You're gonna be there what?
Yes.
3 minutes, if that, 2-3 minutes. Go ahead, do what you got to do. That ain't none of my business.
If the police says you can't park here, bro, look here. I don't care about nothing. I ain't trying to be no police.
I'm out of
Somebody stealing something, I ain't intervening because it ain't my stuff. They gonna replace that stuff. He's stealing a purse. You stealing stuff out of some store. I don't care. It's not mine.
Right.
And I'm not putting my. Hey, I tell you the story, Ocho.
Yeah.
There was this shop across the bar from where I go get my hair cut, and they had these little graphic tees and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Dude ran up in there, lady hollering and everything, and the guys came out the barbershop trying to chase old boy.
Uh-oh.
Boy pulled that tool out. This is not y'all stuff. You right, my man. You right. They turned around and went on back to the barbershop, started cutting hair. That's not your stuff.
Yeah.
I am not about to lose my life for something that's replaceable. That's not mine.
Right.
Take my stuff. Hey, it's gone. It's insured. That's what insurance is for. I don't want to have to use it, but I insured it just because. That's what insurance you have, health insurance. I don't want to use it, Ocho, but if I got to use it, I have to use it.
Right.
I am not. I don't care. He could have parked there overnight. Man, DoorDash, man, that man been I don't care. Not my parking spot. Hey, as long as you don't block my driveway so I can get my ass up in there. Now, I have, when I stayed in L.A., Ocho, there was this big Jewish center. And, holidays, there are a lot of Jewish holidays. And so, they's like, ma'am, I don't care. I said, as long as you don't block me in, I don't care where you park. You can park on top of the damn house for all I care. As long as I can get in and out my house and I can go about my business, y'all take off. I ain't doing that. And so, like I said, I'm glad to hear that Mark is doing okay. I'm sure his family, his wife and kids are in Indy now with him in the hospital. But guys, y'all, let's just leave people alone, man. We ain't got to be policemen. Somebody parked illegally. I don't care. I don't. Somebody parked in the handicapped zone. Yeah, I feel bad, my man, bro. That's a handicap. Somebody really needs that parking space, especially if you got a placard. I don't care if somebody come out there doing break dancing. If he got a placard in his window, I don't care.
Right.
He got it for some reason. I don't care how he got it. I ain't bothering nobody, Ocho. I go about my business.
I don't do that. I don't bother no.
The man was 69. Oh yeah, he bought that thing. Oh, he got that stick on him. Oh yeah. See, I grew up in the era, Ocho, where they put that blade on you.
Oh yeah.
I grew up, and if you from the South, I don't know how they do it anywhere else. I'm just speaking about when I grew up.
Yeah.
Men and women would put that blade on you.
Well, you know what you got to think, this is society today is completely different. The weapon of choice back then was always a knife.
Yeah, Ocho, Fox 59 and CBS 4 are reporting that Sanchez told the driver he was upset that the truck was blocking a nearby alley. The source also indicated that Sanchez was acting erratically and had started doing wind sprints in the alley before the stabbing occurred.
Alcohol? I mean, I'm
telling, man, look, that was, if you, like I said, if you my age, let's just say from the ages of probably 45 to on up, You grew up in the time when people put that blade on you.
Mm-hmm.
Now I know, hey, women used to walk around with them razor blades in their hand and
Mm-hmm.
slap fire from you, and now you got that on your cheek.
Hold on, you saw West Side Story, right?
No.
You see West Side Story?
Mm-mm.
Come on, when it was time to get out, you had one weapon of choice, and you're holding your left hand, you're holding your right hand.
Oh yeah,
Somebody gonna get stuck.
Oh yeah, they put that $150 on you. It take 150 stitches to close it up, Ocho.
Yeah.
They let you have it, man.
Yeah.
That's why Ocho, I've always been a guy. I never went for bad. I stayed to myself because I already know. You never know what somebody might have had. Somebody might not even be their nature.
Right.
Somebody just might have had a bad day that day.
Yeah. Funny how that works.
Just that day.
Funny how that worked. Yeah.
Just.
Damn.
Like I said, I'm glad he's okay. I'm glad he's okay. Hopefully, everything gets resolved. It looks like they're not going to file charges against the 69-year-old gentleman. They said it's self-defense, and you do have the right to defend yourself and stand your ground. But man, like I said, everybody don't play like y'all play.
Mm-mm.
Y'all play these get pranks and everything. Y'all want to get captured on TikTok, and y'all want to capture these videos, and you calling people all like, hey, I'm talking to UB, and I'm talking about all that. Man, people don't play. Man, I'm telling you, you catch the wrong person, you catch the right person on the wrong day. Hey. Ain't gonna help you. Just leave people alone, man.
You get ugly.
Yeah, but I hope, like I said, he was stabbed in the chest. So it multiple times, right? What wounds? So multiple. So glad he's okay. Looks like he's gonna pull through. I'm sure he's with his family, his wife, kids, and everything's gonna work out okay. But man, please, man, y'all just leave people alone. But I'm glad to hear he's okay. Yeah. Ocho, got another story. The attorney for LSU wide receiver Kyren Lacy. You remember Kyren Lacy was the LSU receiver that allegedly was in an accident, and it was reported that he was the cause of the accident, and the police were going to charge him. But this is what the attorney for Lacy said has revealed information that called into questions Lacy's involvement in the fatal car crash in December of last year. A video shared by attorney Matt Ayyyy, which is from the security footage of the accident, shows that Lacy was about 73 yards away from the collision at the time of impact. We know from the data that Lacy did in fact pass 4 cars. There's no disputing that. Further north, Lacy passed 4 cars, Ayyyy said. However, he was in back of the lane traveling 92, like almost 100 yards away behind Mr. Hall at the time of impact. He's 73 yards behind vehicles at the time of impact. Key words, behind vehicles. This is not how the story was ever painted. Never. In the January, police charged Lacy with negligent homicide, felony hit and run, and reckless operation of a vehicle. Lacy died by suicide in April of this year, one day before he was supposed to appear in front of a grand jury. He was 24 years of age.
Hey,
Ocho,
that's crazy.
Go ahead.
That's crazy. Obviously, everybody needs to be held accountable.
Yes.
Everybody that is a part of that police department needs to be held accountable. The witness who was not bribed but was tempted to tell a story that wasn't true needs jail time.
For sure.
The officer who created a story to say that it was Kyren Lacy's fault, he needs to be jail time. To Lacy's family, I hope they sue not only the city, but that police department, and get everything they deserve, because their son is now gone.
It is. It's tough.
Their son is now gone based on something completely false that was made up by those that are supposed to protect us.
But see, and the way it was portrayed, Ocho, it was portrayed that he passed the 4 cars and then caused the impact that cost the man his life. It's reported, it's being through security cameras, like, yeah, he passed him way back there, but he was not a part of the accident.
I have a question.
Yes.
I have another question. when everything happened, there are cameras everywhere, Unc.
Yes.
The cameras everywhere. So this situation wouldn't even got to the light of day. Brother Lacy wouldn't have had any issues, and they would have known the officer was lying. They would have known the witness was lying. Why didn't we use the camera footage ahead of time? Why are they just coming out now? All of this could have been prevented. Obviously, I don't understand the judicial system. I don't understand how that stuff works and why the footage has it's just coming out just now.
Just
So
not coming out.
I mean, those that are watching, I don't know how that stuff works.
It's a very sad story.
Yeah, it's a horrible story. It's a horrible story, man.
It's the guilt that this man had to possibly face. That, like, man, they say I did this. They say I took someone's life. That I'm
And I had
responsible for
nothing to
this.
do with it.
And Ocho, remember, he was uninvited to the draft.
Yeah, because of it.
Yes.
Because
Yes. But see, that goes to Ocho. You see it, the role that media plays, how they can write a story, how they can report a story.
Wait, listen, if I'm the Lacy family, boy, I'm from the second line and get every dime. I'm from the second line and get every dime. And I'm saying that in a respectful way because I can't get my son back.
Oh no, he ain't
I
coming
can't
back.
get my son back. And y'all lied. You lied, and there was nothing anybody could tell him because everything I worked for,
Gone.
has now going down the drain,
Yep.
which resulted in him taking his life.
Take his own life.
Man, damn. That sucks.
It's tough. This young man, his parents, grandparents, family, friends, loved ones, gone far too soon. Far too soon. Like you said, all this footage. I mean, everything's on video outside. Hell, you can't do anything. I mean, they got at every traffic light, they got a thing. They get your plates going through and send you the thing in the mail. Send you the ticket in the mail, Ocho. They don't even come get you now, Ocho. They just send you the ticket in the mail.
Yeah.
I feel sorry for the young man. I feel sorry for his family. It's just so sad. So sad. 24 years of age.
Why
24
is it just coming
years
out
of age.
now? I don't understand. Why is it just coming out now?
I mean,
In the
it's-
era
listen,
we're in the technological era that we're in, as advanced as we become, this could have been resolved and solved so long ago if Kyren knew, man, that's not what happened. Check the cameras.
but they ain't trying to hear that because,
Yeah.
Ocho, you know they believe. Everybody says I didn't do it. In actuality, he didn't. And the thing is, Ocho, look, I want crimes to be solved.
Yeah.
But don't put this on somebody that, man. I mean,
I know one thing. The Lacy family need to get justice.
yeah.
Folk need to get justice. I'm telling you, you can't allow them to get away with something like this. A blatant lie like that. And that blatant lie not only ruined a childhood dream, but making that child take his life because it's something that he couldn't handle. No one had nothing to do with this.
Mm-hmm.
And the media has painted a picture as if I'm this monster when I'm totally innocent.
Yep.
And
Because I think the gentleman was in his 70s.
All we needed to see was the footage.
Yeah.
All we needed to see was the footage. And we wait until my young brother's gone. Come on.
Yeah. Because this was in April. He I mean, so you mean to tell me they just got that footage, all this footage, it happened in December. And right. So we coming up on a year, Ocho.
Come on now.
They got all that footage. It's hard for me to believe that ain't nobody looking at the camera. Ain't nobody looking at that footage until now.
The funny thing about it is they probably had no choice but to release it. They had somebody covering their you know what.
Yeah.
So they could only hide it for so long.
Mm-hmm.
They could only hide it for so long before somebody started sneaking and poking and finding the holes in the stories and saying, well, hold on now. Hold
man, I feel so bad for his family.
It's cameras everywhere, especially now,
Yeah, for
satellite. Excuse me. Them satellites that sit all the way up there that see everything. Come on now. Stop playing. They turned off the body cam. You know what? Listen, I'm not a detective. This ain't First 48, so I'm not gonna act like I know what I'm talking about. Just based on the facts that what I've saw and witnessed so far, that family, they deserve justice.
They do.
That's it.
They do. I don't know. I don't know if there's a justice that you can get when a loved one is not coming back. The likelihood somebody serving time for that, maybe you can get hopefully you can get a monetary settlement. I don't think anybody's gonna probably serve jail time, Ocho. They never do.
Whoa. Of a blatant lie? The officer and the witness that made up the story? Oh no, you got to serve something. Oh, absolutely.
Look, you want to stop this kind of behavior. See, like when monetary settlements are done for like cities and counties,
Yeah.
it need to come out of the police fund, not taxpayers.
Well, that's gonna hurt, boy. That's gonna hurt.
Yep.
And they're gonna have to make an example out of somebody.
Yep.
They're gonna have to make an example out of somebody, because not only is the city or the police department gonna have to pay, that officer is gonna have to pay as well.
He'll go down and he'll go down the street and get another job at another district, another county. That's all they do. Kick the can down the road.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't get no job in Las Vegas. I go down to Reno. Oh, my bad. I go to Carson City.
Yes, sir.
But thoughts and prayers go out to his family and friends and loved ones, all those that knew Kyren Lacy. Hopefully, man, God give you strength, comfort, and understanding, because I'm sure there's still a grieving process.
Damn.
You don't get over something like this. You just get better at dealing with it. But now this opens it all up again, Ocho. Because, they're thinking my baby gone, and it didn't have to be.
That's sad.
The major knee injury suffered by Malik Neighbors has reignited discussions about the turf playing surface in MetLife Stadium. One executive from opposing team said this week that due to the field turf playing surface, his players are petrified of playing at MetLife. The executive added if a player is nursing an injury, he might be less apt to play through it for a game at MetLife. NFLPA interim director David White was in Newark, New Jersey on Monday and raised the issue of MetLife turf field and its ongoing history of season-ending lower extremities injuries. Ocho.
Yes, sir.
Look, two things can be true.
Yeah.
The surface still might be, hey, but I'm a firm believer, guys don't practice like they used to. They don't get conditioned to play, to go be in those car wrecks, Ocho.
Yes, sir.
I mean, at some point in time, you got to drive around the track, right, Ocho?
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah.
And it doesn't, it's not going to do Malik Neighbors any good. It's not going to do him any good right now, Ocho, because he out for the year. This is a year I can't even get back. Man, y'all saw what I did. I was looking to tear it up my sophomore year. I know more now. I'm better than I was my rookie. I ain't really know what to expect. Now I know what to expect. I know how to meet. I know how to practice. I know how to study film. Or I know how to prepare. I got a routine now. Oh, man, I'm about to I'm about to be stupid on y'all.
Yeah.
I don't know what the answer is. I just know it's hard for me to believe that you can drive a car 50 miles, 25 miles an hour,
right,
and then ask it to say, you know what? I want you to go out there and I want you to go 100 for the next 2.5 hours. You got to put it through the test, Ocho.
Yes, sir.
The only way you got to put your body through the test. I ain't saying they drive and take you to the ground on plays, but Ocho, we went full speed. We thudded. We know what those collisions were going to be like. Yeah. They're going to be a little faster. They're going to be a little bit more impactful because they take you all the way to the ground. A shot over the middle, you probably they're going to probably look to clean your clock.
Yeah.
I I don't know what they got going on, but hopefully they get this thing figured out because guys are like that. That executive said they ain't gonna want to play. If I got an injury, nah, I'm good. I'm gonna hold it.
Right.
I'm good. I'll catch y'all next week. I'll catch y'all guys next week. Ocho, we're back with our newest segment, Play or Fade, presented by Prize Picks. This is how it works. Nightcap staff has made a lineup of their picks, and either you play the lineup that they selected or you make changes, choosing more or less. Here's the lineup ahead of tomorrow's slate. Daniel Jones has more than 230.5 passing yards against the Raiders.
I know you see this thumb up.
Okay. Ocho say go. More. Jake Ferguson, more than 45.5 receiving yards against the Jets. Well, considering that Darren Waller, how many yards did Darren Waller have last week? Dak really likes throwing the ball to Jake Ferguson.
Mm-hmm. Darren
He
Waller.
had 2 touchdowns, probably only had like 12 yards.
Yeah, he didn't have many big
Who's
yards. He was on the goal line.
I'm gonna go low. I'm gonna go under. I'm gonna go less than. Emeka Ibuka, more than 61. Oh yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
What are the Spoon is out, isn't he? Isn't Spoon out?
Even if he wasn't out, the Mega Book is the number one target. Mike Evans is not playing.
I'm going more. I'm going more than 61 yards.
Absolutely.
61.5. So he's gonna have at least 62. James Cook, more than 76.5 yards rushing. James Cook's been running now. He got like 8 touchdowns.
Damn, already?
Yeah. How many touchdowns James Cook got? He got like 6 or 7 touchdowns, Ocho.
And that boy be toting. And he catching that thing out the backfield and getting jiggy too.
He got 401 yards, so he's averaging 100 yards a game.
Who Buffalo?
What does the Patriots give up rush yards? Because Vrabel prides himself on being able to start the run.
Right. Oh, Alex Pearl won tonight, Unc.
He beat Uncle Ayyyy.
First round.
Knocked him out.
Hey, I'm assuming so. I just see it in the chat.
Yeah, we had to because it's Ocho. You know you got for light heavyweight, you got to weigh 205 or less.
Right.
Pereira weighed in at 204. He weighed in this morning 232.8.
So he gained all his weight back. Ugh.
I'm going under.
Why?
I'm going under for James Cook. They only give up 77 yards a game.
Oh, okay. Oh, the Patriots, the defense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Download the app today. Use code Shannon to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. It's good to be right. Ocho, Austin Reaves says his grandma threatened to confront J.J. Redick. My grandma was so mad at him one day. She was like, if he yells at you like that one more time, man, I was like, me, Mom.
Hey.
It's okay. Your daughter has yelled at me way worse. She's like, that ain't got nothing to do. That ain't got nothing to do with that. If he yell at you one more time.
Yeah. Hey, that's fun.
Man, them grandma, man, my grandma's like, you know what, Ocho? I told my grandma one time I came home and I said, Granny, the coach pulled my grandma face, man.
Yeah.
You know what she talking about? What you do?
Oh yeah.
Damn, Granny, who fired you on?
But they're gonna ask that first. That's my grandma too. They're gonna ask, you had to do something for them to get that kind of reaction. What did you do first?
All the reason said, hey, don't worry about it, me, Mom. Hey, everything okay. But that was back in the day, Ocho. Them coaches kick you in the butt, grab your face mask.
It was crazy, boy.
Pick you, especially if you play pop water, you small, they pick you up.
Yeah.
Get your
Yeah.
narrow behind over there.
That back then it was the definition of it takes a village. And that village,
yeah.
they gonna handle their business. And then
Yeah.
your parents get home, they gonna handle it again. Whatever
Man, look
you
here.
did wrong, you're gonna get double whammy.
Because everybody knew everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't no, don't put your hands on my
And so my
son.
child, yeah,
It was a situation. Ain't you Mary and Barney grand boy?
yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. Hey, you talking, they know you talk like that? No, ma'am. Okay. Don't make me tell them. Yes, ma'am. Because everything, hey, if it's a person with older you, everything was yes, ma'am, no, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, sir, no, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Understood.
Yeah.
And you had the utmost respect for those people. It wasn't no, you don't tell me what to do. You not my mama. You not my daddy.
Oh no.
Man, please.
Man.
What did it talk?
Back then?
It was such a level of respect
Yeah.
for elderly people back then. I mean, they didn't have to be 70. I mean, because back then you think they was like 70, but they were only in their 40s. They was only in their 40s, though, Joe, because I'm 6, 7, 8 years old. Cause so, maybe in their 50s. But you had a level of respect.
Oh,
I could, like some of the way these kids talk to their parents, talk to their grandparents, man, I could never. I could never.
It was never none of this. It was never none of that sucking your teeth.
What?
Hey, listen, you're not cutting your eyes, you're not rolling your eyes, and everything is yes, sir, no, sir. Yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. Everybody was like that.
Ocho, and stomping your feet, they walk boom, 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 boom.
Walking away like you mad?
Yeah.
Hold on. What about
and slam on the door?
What about slamming your door? Slam a door in who house?
What?
Man, please.
Cause you mess right. First of all, you slam a door, it might come off the hinges. And who gonna pay for that? Man, please, boy, Barney Mary wasn't playing that. They weren't playing. Hey, wouldn't even think about it. I ain't even never think about slamming no door in the house.
I slammed my door by accident one time. Man, my granddaddy went and got that goddamn screwdriver and took the door off the hinges. I ain't had, man. Yeah, okay.
Boy, you talk about a whipping, man. Ocho, I was running away from getting a whipping.
Yeah.
And I meant to push the door, but I hit the screen.
And
I pushed the screen out.
I knew it. You fell right through, yeah.
No, like a screen door, you have the screen and then you have the frame around it.
Right.
I pushed the screen out, so now there's a big old gap in there.
Oh, so just the frame stayed there. Hey, you had in the hallway at my grandma's house back in the days, we had the plastic.
Ocho, it wasn't no hallway, bro. We had 1,000 square foot.
Oh, my bad.
It wasn't no hallway.
So you ain't had the beads. You ain't had the beads that hang through the hall. You know the beads from back
Yes.
in the days?
Yeah. But I've been to people's house where you have the beads and like go in somebody's bedroom or go down the hallway. Absolutely.
My grandma had them beads and had that plastic on the couch. When you sit on the plastic, if you mess around and fall asleep and you wake up and you be stuck to the couch.
Yep. That plastic.
Oh man.
No, Ocho, I could be in the living room and talk to everybody in the house. Yeah, it was but you know what, Ocho, as I look back on it, I wouldn't change it. If I could go back and do it, it gave you, it shaped you, it made you appreciate ish. Because I don't know if kids really appreciate it. They think a lot of times people feel entitled.
Yeah.
And you appreciate it because hey, they ain't have no money like that. And so you got something.
Gotta hold on to it. It's so funny. They didn't have money like that, but they always found a way, huh?
They found a way.
They always found
I don't know. Hey, half them give. Now look, I know my mom, she worked and she got us whatever we could. I would first have used to have football games, handheld football games. I got that. I had a Walkman. We had, I had Air Jordans. My mom worked at Nabisco. Later became RJR Nabisco. Man, talk about cookies, Fig Newtons, Chips Ahoy, Oreos, Ritz crackers. Man.
Hey,
I don't even eat Chips Ahoy no more. I don't even eat Ritz crackers no more. I had and Fig Newtons. I had so much of them growing up.
Let me tell you something about the Ritz crackers. You sit there and try to eat one before you know it, you done went through the whole pack.
And a sleeve. They call them a sleeve. They made a sleeve.
And you go through the whole sleeve. Boy, them things so good, boy.
Man, Fig Newtons.
Yeah, fig news was good.
Man, I ain't had no fig news in a long time, Ocho. I
Yeah.
ain't had no Chips Ahoy. You know, I don't, they still,
Like
yeah, I think what they got different.
Chips Ahoy's and Oreos.
Yep. I eat the lemon Oreos. I ain't had the regular ones.
Lemon? Nah, I don't like
Yeah.
that.
Like when my sister comes, when my sister come, Ocho, everything, cause she like deli meat and she like bread and she like
Right.
Oreos and chips. My sister take all that stuff back to her to Georgia. My sister say, you ain't gonna do nothing but throw it out. I'm gonna take my food back with me. We go to Mastro's or we go to a restaurant,
Yeah.
my sister taking that food back.
Oh,
She
you take to go plates?
going back to Georgia. They ain't going. It's going back to the house, but it's going back to Georgia. She gonna come in,
Right.
put it in the freezer. She gonna wrap it up in plastic, and she gonna take that right back in her carry-on, right back to Glenville.
Oh, I can't.
Bread and everything.
I can't
Ask
eat.
them. Ask them. Can they give you some more bread? Huh?
Yeah, I can't eat no leftovers, man.
Man,
You
my sister.
You don't feel the same.
My sister taking that. Hey, man, I had a cookout, Ocho, and I brought some shrimp. You know, my sister was eating shrimp for like 10, 12 years. Tell me, ain't nothing wrong with it. I said, yeah, better you than me. Something, I ain't eating nothing. 12 years, Ocho? Nah, I'm good. All right, Ocho, we're going to get us out of here on this one. It's time for our final segment of the evening. It's time for Q&A.
I'm ready for this game tomorrow, 4 o'clock. Let's go, Bengals.
Let's go, let's go, let's go, Lions.
Hey, Unc, I was with all the Lions fans today, Unc. Listen, them Lions fans, man, they treated me with such respect. Obviously, they all watched the show. They all told me to tell you hello. Hey, I'm talking about they all drove 4 hour drive. I'm talking about fellas now.
Yeah, it's not that. Yeah, it's not
Hey,
that
I'm
far.
talking about our age group, your age
Yeah.
group. They 12, 13, 14 deep at the cigar bar. Man, I'm in there talking cold trash, huh? Hey, I'm talking about cold trash. You know how I am. I'm finna let it rip. No matter what the outcome is, it was a mutual respect before. Man,
Yeah.
hey, them boys, they showed love, man.
That's all right.
They really enjoyed the show.
You know what, Ocho? I'm gonna come down to Miami. We're gonna go out. I ain't been out. I'm gonna go out. Me and you gonna go out, Ocho.
That's what I'm talking about. So wait a minute. Now that you say you're coming down to Miami, so the NBA YoungBoy concert on the 13th, that'd be the perfect time.
Unfortunately, we got something planned on the 13th.
I get. Listen, I was looking forward to getting your 5,900 that night.
Oh, you gonna give me 5,900?
I will be right there in cash. Yeah, so you might want to think about coming.
Yeah, I might think about that.
Yeah, come on.
Think about that. Jay just said FSU wasn't supposed to score. This was a terrible win. No, it wasn't. Kristen Field said Johnny put A&M on the map. Man, please, they still undiscovered territory. Texas and Missouri have at least played in the SEC championship. Which one of those teams got a Heisman Trophy winner?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
I tell you what, they know Johnny Manziel. Who you know from playing in Missouri? The field is called the house that Johnny built.
Mm.
Did you realize they expanded that stadium? It's one of the largest stadiums in the country. I think it might be the largest outside of Tennessee in the whole SEC.
They said like
Johnny did that.
112.
What player from Missouri or Texas has done that for their university?
What they said, 100,000 plus?
Yeah, I think it's 102, isn't it?
God damn. I wonder what that environment like, man, on a Saturday, man.
102,733. Yeah, 102,733. I think Tennessee's over 100,000 too. Texas over 100. But that's the South. Ain't nothing to do. Alabama got like 80. Georgia got like 80. Tennessee's over 100.
Wait.
Only Vanderbilt got like 50,000.
Man, that's crazy. They stadium is bigger than NFL stadiums, man.
110.
Yeah, Michigan's is largest overall.
Wow.
Then Penn State, then Ohio State, then A&M, then LSU, then Tennessee, then Texas, then Alabama.
Yeah, see. They play they play football in that area of the country. Adam Smith said media was talking about Arch Manning being the first overall pick, and he's been hot garbage. I knew something was up when he couldn't beat out Quinn Ewers.
Yeah.
True. That should have been a telltale. And plus, you got expectations, Ocho. I mean, Texas, the #1 team in the country. He has that last name. He wouldn't have these kind of expectations if his last name wasn't Manning. If Peyton and Eli's not his uncles, his grandfather isn't Archie.
Yeah. Okay. Well, hold on. Paul Feinbaum said Arch Manning was the greatest quarterback he's ever seen outside of Tebow.
I can't even believe Paul would say that. He better than Cam Newton.
See, it's stuff like that, which is
the hyperbole. It's okay to say he's good for a young man, but he wasn't better than Cam. He wasn't better than Joe Burrow his last year. Come on, man. Stop that. It's okay. Listen, right now, you can't say that Arch Manning is better than Stetson Bennett. Cam, it's hard to say based on what Cam had to work with offensively. Cam might be the greatest quarterback ever played. You look at what he had to work with and what he did with that team. When they say a one-man show, he was Prince. He played the guitar, he played the drums, he played the piano, he's singing, he dancing, he's doing all of that. Cam Newton to Auburn is what Prince was. He did it all. And there have been some fabulous quarterbacks in the SEC. I grew up in Georgia, so to say somebody better than Cam Newton based on what he had, nah. Tim's Beard said, I had two Cincinnati Bengals tickets in my car while I was at work. Somebody broke the window and left 2 more tickets. Damn, Ocho!
Hey, y'all got jokes. Y'all got jokes. Now listen. All right, listen. Tomorrow, I don't know what's gonna happen.
I do.
We've seen it many of times where teams have been favored to win. And when it comes to the NFL, it's any given Sunday. Now I know how great Detroit is. I love Detroit. I love the fans, especially after today's interaction with them boys. And I seen y'all with the Cartiers too. All them boys had Cartiers too. But I got to have faith in my team. I got to believe in my team. I got to believe in Zach Taylor. I got to believe in my offense. I ain't got no choice but to believe in Jake Browning, excuse me.
You got it right. Yep. Because he's been jacking off these games. And he about to get another one. 0-3. Y'all started 2-0, about to be 2-3.
You're going to be all right. I'm telling you.
Tyron said if you're an FSU fan, you shouldn't be able to say foot or ball. All about the U. Lonnie Jansen said the U is back. Jay said, yo, Unc, remember when you said if a team schedule you for homecoming, it means that the team see you as some slaw. Yep. Well, my SSC Bulldogs put something on your SSU Tigers today at our homecoming. You may need to go be the offensive coordinator, Unc. They needed you. Hold on. The first week of October is homecoming. Oh, come on, man.
Already?
Yeah, I remember the first time I noticed that we played for homecoming. We played Valdosta State my freshman year. Man, they beat the brakes off us. I said, no, I tell you what, I'm going to put a stop to this. Put us on homecoming if you want to. I got something for y'all ass.
Right.
Hey. I had something for them after that. I bet you we wasn't nobody else homecoming.
Yeah.
I bet you that, especially Fort Valley made that mistake. They put us as homecoming. That was my senior year. They did it my senior year.
Hey, if HBCU homecomings have started, I wonder if I could make it down to FAMU homecoming.
Boy, he doesn't like homecoming. I think every college student should have to go experience an HBCU homecoming. Yeah. Go in the student center and feel the buzz. It starts that Monday, and feel the buzz as you walk into the student center, as you walk in the park, as you walk the halls. You got to feel that. Ain't nothing like it.
Hey, listen, when my
Ain't
daughter,
nothing like, hey, and this is nothing against no PWI.
Mhm.
Ain't nothing like an
It's not the
HBCU.
same.
Ain't nothing like an HBCU homecoming.
Not the same.
Nothing. Nothing.
Hey,
Man, my brothers used to come down there. My brothers used to come down and say, man,
hey,
y'all be having a good time. Absolutely.
hey, when I had the opportunity to experience my daughter crossing over as an AK, had that probate, that's one thing. But when I
Yeah.
went back for Prairie View A&M homecoming on, and everybody, hey, that purple and gold, all the alumni, hey, I like, you know what? I got the experiences at FAM. I got to go. And
Ain't nothing like it.
every year when FAMU homecoming come around, I'm working. I'm not
Yeah.
talking about us, but I'm just saying I'm happy
Yeah.
to be somewhere else.
Yeah, you know what, Ocho?
Hoping this year I could go.
Unfortunately, a series of unfortunate events prevents me from being in homecoming. So you have a good time, okay?
You not going?
Nah, you know, I just, you know,
Okay. You chilling, huh?
yeah.
I got you.
Jason said, I got a serious question, Ocho. What stinks more, your Bengals or all you know, or all that you know eat all the time?
Hey, let me tell you something. Like everybody taking shots at us right now, rightfully so. You know, it says more about you that you would kick a team while a team is down, knowing that the best quarterback in the game is out with a toe injury, who just had surgery and won't be back until December. Depending
It
on
won't be back this year. Cause
what,
why you bringing it back? Y'all gonna be out of the playoffs. Why bring it back?
who gonna be out of the playoffs?
Y'all,
But we might still win the division, man. Don't do that.
hey, in 4 more weeks, it'll be y'all season over.
We'll see. We'll see. It start tomorrow. It start tomorrow for us. Our season start tomorrow.
Y'all season ended when Joe Burrow, when Joe Burrow put his arms over those guys' shoulders, y'all season ended right then. Hey, Zeldor said, hey, Ocho, your Bengals not even the best team in Cincinnati. The Bearcats are better. And is.
Okay. All right. I listen. Simmer down, whoever that is. Let's
King Lou's baby said, Ocho, me and my brother are having a debate. Who was better overall quarterback, Jameis Winston or Marcus Mariota?
ooh,
Jameis.
James here.
Kevin Hayward is a quarterback for Western Carolina. Taron Dickens, he was 46 of 46
Oh, I
passing
saw
at one
that.
point
Perfect
and
game.
finished 53 of 56, 378 yards and 3 touchdowns. What the hell he was throwing? Check downs and jailbreak screens?
Yeah,
How the hell you go 46 of 46?
I saw that. Who was
That's in one game or over the stretch of games?
Oh, that was one game. I wonder who they was playing. I saw it when it went across the ticker.
Hell, I must have been linebacker. You must have been a corner.
Well, I would have picked something off. Now that's what I do.
Jason Zeldorf said, have you ever watched the movie Glory Road? If so, did you enjoy it? If you haven't, you need to watch it. I have not.
No, I haven't either.
Peggy Hager said, ease up. They lost 6 or 7 key players. This group is harder to coach. Pray for coach. He announced he may have more blood clots. To you, mean people in the chat, Coach Prime said, don't argue with you guys. Damn, I didn't know that. I did notice he had a white shoe on his left foot and a black shoe on his right foot. I did notice that because at first I thought he was out there. I was like, I know damn well Time ain't out there with a sock on one foot and just a regular shoe on the other foot.
Right.
But as I took a closer look, Time, you know, we praying for you, bro. We hope everything. Hey, it's been a tough stretch over the last 3 or 4 years for you, bro. You had the blood clots, ended up losing a couple of toes, and then you just had your bladder replaced, the cancer, and so, bro, you know, I know you're a man of faith, and I know you believe, but the Nightcap family, we're definitely praying for you, and hopefully everything works out. You go to the doctor and everything checks out, but, man, we're praying for your time. Kipper Norwood Jr. said, hey, Ocho, your Bengals are going to have to get a quarterback if y'all want to win because Browning is not the answer. He not.
You know what?
He never was.
Listen, I tell you what. I tell you what. Listen, as much as Zach Taylor says in the media this past Wednesday, how much he believes in Browning, I think if for some godforsaken reason we happen to lose and lose to the Lions, I think
You will.
I think they will go out and get a quarterback this week to somewhat salvage the season to see what we can do. I really think they're gonna make that move.
That's just like trying to salvage a 1972 Pinto.
We're
It's
two,
over.
we're 2-2.
It's over.
We're 2-2.
It's over.
Let's do it. We're 2-2. You're gonna be all right.
PJP11 say, do you think teams are overdoing it with going for it on fourth down, especially when there's an opportunity to get points? Well, that's when you don't have trust in your defense and you don't believe kicking field goals will win you the game. So you have to understand your team, you have to understand situation, and you have to understand the pulse of how the game is being played at that particular time. So I'm sure they go in with the course of the week. Okay, if we're close, if it's fourth and 1, if it's 4th and 2, and we're in this area of the field, we're going for it. Because kicking field goals is not going to win us games against that team, and we don't have the type of defense that'll be able to hold up. So no. Filthy McNasty, yo, Unc and Ocho, thanks for the advice on fear being nerves. I want a goal in my local jiu-jitsu tournament. Question, where do you get your hero villain shirt? Also, if we auction Ocho's award, that will cover the debt. You know what? You're right. I don't know. My assistant be finding these superheroes. I'm running out now. I mean, I brought like 50 of them. So, I mean, they need to create some more heroes, some more superheroes. John Doe say, Unc and Ocho, can y'all wish my brother Shondell a happy 30th birthday? Love the show. We absolutely can, John. Shondell, happy 30th birthday.
Happy 30th.
Big 3-0, man. Hey, the 20's behind you now. The big 3-0, bro. Enjoy. Life is just beginning. You entering your prime now, bro. Happy birthday. Happy 30th birthday. Man, I remember when I turned 30, Ocho.
Shoot, yeah. See, I'm still 30.
Hey, like Drake say, what a time to be alive.
Hey, let me tell you something. You're going to be saying that when we at that concert.
Nah, Ocho, I'm on probation. Ocho, 26. My probation officer said, Mr. Sharpe, with good behavior, you start a clean slate in 26. I'm going to be on my best behavior.
So you're not really understanding why I'm trying to get you to go. I'm trying to get us, you and I, as one, to go back to our roots. See, that was
ain't never been my roots, man.
We was young and having fun and just enjoying life and enjoying ourselves. And just, I think getting back in touch with our roots will help us long term in seeing where we need to go to the other side. So
unfortunately, I'm gonna have to let you do it by yourself. Tara Wallace said, please help me wish my son Ethan a happy 9th birthday. Also wish his team, the Dolphins, good luck on his big day. Ethan, happy 9th birthday. And good luck in the game.
Make sure you celebrate.
Yeah.
Talk shit.
9, man. I remember when I was 9 too. That wasn't yesterday or the day before. Man, I got my faculty, man, damn, well, y'all won't let me live. Man, Jordan, man, damn, I can't live. I can't remember nothing. I can't have me a good time. Man, I remember 1977.
Hey, that was
man, I got some haters amongst us. Let me hear him wrap this up. I got to get y'all up out of here. DeJuan Hines says, who they think they're going to beat them Lions?
No.
Nah, the Bengals.
Hey.
That ain't happening, Ocho. That ain't happening.
I'm telling you.
That concludes this episode of Nightcap. I'm going to thank each and every one of you for joining us. Y'all know who I am. I'm your favorite Unc, Shannon Sharpe. There is my partner and co-host, shadowboxing in the screen, Liberty City's own Bingo Ring of Fame honoree, Madden ratings adjuster, former Pro Bowler, All-Pro. That's Chad Ochocinco Johnson. We want to thank our special guest, Johnny Manziel, joining us each and every week during the college football season, helping us break it down. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button. Please make sure you hit the like button and go subscribe to the Nightcap podcast feed wherever you get your podcast from. We would like to personally thank each and every one of you for your eyes, ears, and your word of mouth for helping Nightcap grow to the way we've grown. Thanks to you, we've been a global hit, and we hope to continue that. So thank you for your support and your continued support. Make sure you check out Shea by LaPortier. Now, if you can't find it in a city or state near you, Order it online. We'll ship it directly to your door. Best tasting premium VSOP cognac on the market. Don't take my word. Try it for yourself. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. Smooth, no artificial colors, nothing, or sugars added. Just good old premium Uni Blanc grape and petite champagne. Please drink responsibly and stay safe. Make sure you check out my media company, Shay Media, and my clothing company, 84 with 84 being spelled out. That link is pinned in the chat. Again, we've been nominated, Ocho, for 2 Signal Awards. We, under the genre, Best Sports Podcast, and under the video, Best Video Podcast Co-Host Team. And Club Shay also has been nominated for 2 as well, under the genre, Athletes Shaping Culture, and under video, Best Video Podcast. Again, thank you, Johnny, for joining us tonight as our college contributor. Make sure you go check out Johnny's podcast and on his YouTube channel, Glory Days with Johnny Manziel. I'm Unc. We'll see you tomorrow after Sunday night's football. I'm Unc. He's Ocho.
Let's go, Bengals.
Foot on ball.